All right, there it is. Only 8 minutes late. It's not bad. Should be live here. Man, I can push this Mac way further. It talks about this is CPU intensive. Not really, bro. All right. Wait for a few people to get in here. If you are tuning in after the stream, we are live on YouTube and Twitch 3 days a week talking about politics and a few extra special days here and there for cooking and video games. But you can follow me in all places, and they're always up on YouTube afterwards. Hello, everybody coming into the stream now. What's going on? It's good to see everybody. Rhea Raya, I see you. Haley, what's going on? Kate. What's up, Bailey? Pineapple, I believe that is. Squelly, thanks for resubscribing. Goes a really long way. I appreciate you. Some W's in the chat. Great to see everybody. Meg, good to see you. Daisy, hello. Finn, good to see you. Gabby, Mahola, Elena, hope you're doing well. Maddie, hello. Kate, Kendi, Rhea Riot. What's up, everybody? Good to see everybody. Savvy, what's going on? Wow. What a Monday morning. Hope everyone's having a good start to their day. Happy birthday, Olivia. Happy birthday, Olivia. That's what they're saying. What a great Super Bowl performance. So I know there's going to be some people here who are upset, but I've been calling fraud alert on this team for too long now. Too long I've been calling fraud alert. I'm not ready to discontinue listening to Drake. I do like Drake, but Kendrick killed it. Go Birds! W Eagles. Yep. Everyone, got some Chiefs fans in here. I know it. So, people are gonna be all upset, but that's on them. I called fraud alert for months. That it's they always bail out the Chiefs. The NFL loves bailing out the Chiefs. So they didn't get every call in the universe, and they got crushed. Wasn't even close. It was actually really boring. I think through 3 quarters, Patrick Mahomes had like 2 interceptions, 50 total yards. I mean, what a trash can of a team. What a trash can of a team. Frauds from the very beginning. Last Ali, I'm so sorry. It was not your night. It was not. Been listening to Kendrick all day, Katie. I love it. I love it. Fly, Eagles, fly. Well, listen. I'll welcome in everybody. Again, I am a Bengals fan. That's okay, though. It's good to see everybody. We are going to talk about a few things today on Monday morning and react to the new Piers Morgan episode because they talk a little bit about DOGE, and I want to hear people's thoughts as we're thrusted further into constitutional crisis. I left Dean Let's Live to be here, and I appreciate being here a lot, seriously. We're also going to talk about a little bit of the news and just generally constitutional crisis. Cool? Amazing? Fantastic? Not Piers. That's right, Gabby Piers. What a guy. I just got out of class, Katie. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Monday morning is crazy when it's 4 p.m. That's true. It is 4 p.m. It's a good point. What's going on, Abby? What's up? Can you rock with Drake but condemn Trump? They both need to be in jail. I mean, I don't know enough about the tea. I mean, I feel like those are two different things. Trump's like leading the free world. Drake's like a music artist. So don't know about that one, but I don't know, bro. I just listen to music. I'm not all in the lore. I'm not in the lore. We reached 1,500 on Discord, getting 1 million W's for the mods who are killing it. For the mods, killing it, absolutely killing it. Kayla, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. So listen, let's go to here. We're going to talk a little bit about politics because that's what I heard is important. That's what they're saying these days is happening. Is politics. I've never heard of it ever. Again, amazing to see everybody. If you are part of Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription. I always appreciate everybody's support. Seriously. Good. Who is that? Rhea Raya, why'd you disable that message? Do you still go in those X spaces? Good trouble. 32. So yeah, sometimes. I've thought about doing it on Twitch more, but I don't know. So like, here or there. I haven't thought about it too much since the whole TikTok thing came back. Yeah, no, I don't listen to I stopped listening to Kanye West like a long time. I've never really listened to Kanye, but trust me, I stopped that a long time ago. That dude's a fucking menace. All right, so first of all, news-wise, I think this is the big thing that people aren't talking about. Again, as I've been screaming for months and continue to be proven right, not to be that guy, but it's kind of getting annoying. How often I scream about this, and people tell me that I'm wrong for months, and I end up being right. A federal judge in Rhode Island just said the Trump admin violated his order halting sweeping federal funding freeze and has ordered the government to, quote, immediately restore federal funding. So again, we talk about constitutional crisis, especially relating to DOGE. The executive is just ignoring the judicial, saying, I don't care. I've been saying that this is going to happen. People have been saying I'm fear-mongering. And here we are. This is the first time in President Donald Trump's second term that a federal judge has accused his administration of defying court order. Well, I feel like that's not true. I feel like there's another judge, whatever. A federal judge in Rhode Island on Monday said the Trump administration violated his order halting a sweeping federal funding freeze and ordered the government to, quote, immediately restore frozen funding. Judge John McConnell handed down the order after the plaintiffs in the case, a coalition of 22 states, said the government had not restored funding in several programs despite his January 31st order temporarily halting the wide-ranging Office of Management and Budget Directive that had caused chaos and confusion around the country. So again, the executive branch absolutely does not have the authority to be doing these things. Yo, Cass, I really appreciate the 4 bits. Goes a really long way. Katie, what's going on? Good to see you. Does not have the authority to be doing these things. It needs to go through Congress, clearly, very clearly, and a federal judge ruled on it, well over a week ago, saying this is unconstitutional, you need to stop. And again, I think that people in America think that, people in this country think that checks and balances are like physical walls. I always say this. Even last night on live, I told somebody that this was happening, and they were like, well, you can't do that. Yeah, that's kind of the whole point. But believe it or not, the only enforcement action that all the judicial branch does is hand out pieces of paper. And the only reason they're enforced is because everybody in the 3 branches agrees that the Constitution, should exist, that democratic norms are acceptable, that we respect the judicial branch. But when you elect a guy who doesn't have any care for that, he can tell the people in his executive branch, hey, enforce the law anyways. I don't care what the judicial branch says. And, in a normal time, the executive branch, a lot of people would start resigning. They'd say, no, that's, against Constitution. But Trump hand-selected a bunch of loyalists, and we elected him again. So here we are. Is the first time, blah, 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 blah. Justice Department lawyers argued in court finding that they didn't believe the order covered some of the frozen funding and that some of the funding at issue is under review to make sure it's, quote, appropriate. He said the pauses in federal funding violate the plain text of the temporary restraining order that he issued on January 31st and ordered that funding be immediately restored for the duration of his time. Duration of time, his TRO is in effect. So the order is expected to remain in place until at least a hearing on a preliminary injunction later this month. So we'll see if the executive decides to follow through with this. But again, they might just keep ignoring the judges, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. The executive's action unilaterally suspends the payment of federal funds to the states and others simply by choosing to do so, no matter the authorizing or appropriating statute, the regulatory regime, or the terms of the grant itself. The executive cites no legal authority allowing it to do so. Indeed, no federal law would authorize the executive's unilateral action here. Federal law specifies how the executive should act if it believes that appropriations are inconsistent with the president's priorities. It must ask Congress, not act unilaterally. It's pretty clear. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Here, Chris. Sorry, I was deleting. I don't want you. No, you're totally fine. No. Chat. It's okay, Ria. Chats won't demonetize. The Twitch stream. It's all right. You can mostly leave them up. You can leave them all up. It's all good. I appreciate you though. Thank you for being a mod. It means a lot. Letitia, I appreciate you. Great to see everyone today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And thank you for being here. We're going to talk about the 19-year-old being appointed as head of anything with the online username Big Balls. Yeah, that's been I can't believe we're in this timeline, bro. I really can't. That's been quite the talk. I guess now he has an official title within the, I don't fucking know, or the DOD, but that's been one of the people that we learned is pretty much one of 5 people, Musk being the 6th, I think, or 4 people, Musk being the 5th, who has complete and total access to these federal payment systems without authority. And they're all between the ages of, besides Musk, all between the ages of 18 and 24. And that's one of them. That's like the main guy, a 19-year-old, never worked in government by the username of Big Balls. I swear to God, we're living in a fucking sitcom, dude. But yeah, I guess he has like an official title now. I have not Mahala, but I'd love to check it out. Tyranny by Timothy Snyder. I'd love to check that out. I appreciate you. Yeah, we can. America's a joke. That's right, Kayla. Hi, Chris. What's up, Valerie? Good to see you. Yeah, people haven't heard it. Hold on. Let me. I got you, bro. Hold up. I can't really just search. I can't really search like big balls, but I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Doge 19-year-old big. We're just gonna start there. Here we go. 47 minutes ago, WAPO, Washington Post. The movie list. Oh my God, I have a WAPO. I have it. Wait, actually, it was only an hour ago. This would be a good read. I haven't read it. I have an account. Hold on, chat. We're gonna sign in here. I almost said double tap the screen. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess now it's more like mainstream because he has like a title. But I was seeing on X, people were talking about this. It's Ivy. We live in a society. That's what I heard, everybody. This is just the world we live in. I don't know. Yo, Layla, thanks for tipping $1.
Layla AEV tipped $1. Gabby now goes by Gibbons, by the way.
W Layla in the chat. Gibbon, good to know. I'll refer to Gabby as Gibbons now. I'm sure that's was her decision and her decision only. Gabby Gibbons, good to see you. So here I logged in. A 19-year-old surrogate takes on State Department role. This is an hour ago from the Washington Post. Also, if you look at the WAPO's title here, Democracy Dies in Darkness. That's right. The move illustrates that Elon Musk's U.S. DOGE service aides are being asked to fulfill multiple roles at once. A 19-year-old known online as, quote, Big Balls. That's right. Well, how? I just can't believe this fucking time. This is a new WAPO article, dude. This is top headline news in this world we live in. Like, can you imagine reading this in fucking like 2019? A 19-year-old known online as Big Balls has taken on a new role as a senior advisor at the State Department, raising concerns among some diplomats about his potential access to sensitive information and the growing reach of his tech billionaire's boss into America's diplomatic apparatus. If somebody read this paragraph to you in like 2022, you'd be beyond confused, considering also 2022. But Musk was talking about how Trump needed to step aside, and he was, quote, he was apolitical, and he tweeted that he wasn't going to give money to either candidate. So if someone read this to you in 2022, you'd be so lost. Edward Korstein, who briefly worked for Musk's brain chip startup Neuralink, was recently posted. I've not read this, by the way. Again, this was released an hour ago. Posted to the State Department's Bureau of Diplomatic Technology, a critical hub for both data sensitive and for data both sensitive and non-sensitive. I cannot read today. But his new position could give him visibility into far more than just tech. Some U.S. officials expressed alarm about his new perch at the Bureau, which serves as the IT department for Washington's diplomatic apparatus. All the department's IT and data management functions were centralized at the Bureau during an overhaul before President Donald Trump returned to office, making it a treasure trove of information. Quote, "This is dangerous," said one of the U.S. officials, noting his age and a report by Bloomberg that he was fired from his previous company for leaking security data to a competitor. So really has a past of, don't worry, he has complete and total access to Treasury payment information all of our social security numbers, and he was fired from his last job for leaking sensitive information. It's fine though. It's totally fine. The unusual appointment, dude, I want to know who wrote this from WAPO, has deployed some of its personnel to multiple agencies at once, giving young and relatively inexperienced and largely unvetted individuals unprecedented visibility into the workings of government. We also learned this week as well, glad WAPO mentioned this, that the other, there's like 5 of these people. The other one who's 25, I guess. I said 18 to 24, but 25, no experience. He left last week. He resigned because the Wall Street Journal found out that he had previously posted racist remarks. And these racist remarks included, I actually don't have the Wall Street Journal, I don't believe. But those racist remarks included him saying he would never marry another race, something about white, why I shouldn't say that on Twitch or YouTube, but some very, very not ambiguous at all. Not that racism is ambiguous, but you know what I mean. Just very practically, saying some, it was really gross. So he resigned. And now I guess in the spotlight taking his place is a 19-year-old by the name of Big Balls. And if you would like to see what Big Balls looks like, I'm actually going to search. I'm going to get this video is not monetized on YouTube. There's no way. This is him. If you're curious who the 19-year-old is who has all of our information in government right now. A senior advisor at the State Department. This is the man who goes by the name Big Balls. Don't worry, guys. We're in safe hands. Again, this is unprecedented in American history. You're talking about 5 to 6 people with as much clearance as the former head of the Treasury Department who resigned over stuff like this. He was one of the only people. He had worked for the Treasury Department for 30 years. One of the only people with access to these payment systems. It's a pretty locked down thing because it's obviously pretty big security risk, not only domestically, but foreign as well. If we understand that people, if anyone can just access this data and it gets to places it shouldn't be because they have no idea what they're doing, it could be really dangerous for our national security. But don't worry, everybody. Stay confident. This right here, you're seeing on the screen is Big Balls. And he... Bro, I have to make a TikTok video about this. I don't know why I hadn't yet, but that is making me realize. Don't worry, everybody. I'm going to move the screen here. Right here. Big Balls. We got this. Callie, thank you so much for subscribing to Amazon Prime. It goes a really long way. First of all, to the people on YouTube, what's going on? Carol, what's up? Deanna, again, the chat is from Twitch, but I appreciate you guys being here. You would think it's crazy if you knew this in 2022, but you would definitely know who's going to win the election. Well, that's true. New stream schedule. Hannah, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. And again, thank you everybody on YouTube. The chat is from Twitch, and Twitch is a little bit better to chat with and such. I know people prefer YouTube for watching the streams after, but you can switch over to Twitch if you want. It is a little different, and it's a new site, and it's a little harder to work. So if you're cool on YouTube, that's totally cool with me. You can watch wherever you feel comfortable. I'm just letting you know. That where the chat is coming from. Kayla, I love you. Maggie, again, thank you for Callie subscribed to Amazon Prime. W's for Callie. And then just now, Maggie subscribed for 3 months at tier 1. That's 605 subscribers. It goes such a long way. Can I get some W's for Callie and Maggie in the chat? The shorts are killing me. Nah, dude, what do you mean? What do you mean, Ivy? Those are fresh as fuck. Ketchup, what's up? Hey, Chris, do you have an alt account named Chris Maury 01? They messaged me saying it's an account. No. First of all, Ketchup, I really appreciate you mentioning this. I've had multiple DMs about this, and I have not been able. I've been trying to, inform people of this. Lovely, that's right. First of all, again, thank you to everybody in the chat. I'm warming up here, feeling good. I appreciate you guys. Melody, yes, I am petty enough to highlight that I was hurt. I just know he has the tiniest little balls ever. Well, Mahala, his nickname's Big Balls. It suggests otherwise. Okay, really quickly, listen. I have tried desperately to get these accounts off. I did have one person in live last night tell me they were scammed by that Chris Maury 01 account, which I felt horrendous for. If that individual is in here, again, I'm so sorry. those accounts all block me. And there's two in particular that have gotten quite large, I believe. The Chris Mario 1 account, I think that this individual, which I can catch up, I appreciate mentioning, it said that there was that one had an underscore or two underscores maybe. But there have been multiple 01s, underscore 01. I think there was an 07 that I can't see, but I know one is up to like 30, 40, 50K followers. So if you guys go search Chris Mowry on TikTok and I only have one account, Chris D. Mowry. No, I will never message you. There is not another account out there from me, just one. If you guys see other accounts, it'll look exactly the same videos posted. It'll just be a slightly different username and you'll be able to tell. It would mean a lot if you could report it. It would mean a lot. Yeah, Katie, 6 DMs from the fake Chris. I appreciate you mentioning that. 6 though, wow, a lot of fake Chris's. First of all, Not Important gifted 5 community subs. Can I get a million W's for Not Important? Goes an incredibly long way to support the stream. Really, Gibbons says she doesn't go by Gabby. I got you. I'm just kidding. A million W's for Not Important. Seriously, it goes a really long way. And then Lil Miss Perfect cheered 1,200 bits. Holy shit. Can I get a million W's? That's insane. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Right now, the alerts are on just for the tipping screen, which is, again, there's never any pressure. Just you guys being here means the world. But that's in my, if you go to my like about page on Twitch, like my profile, there's like a button that says like donation, and then you can like tip. And then it leaves a message because I think that's better for most people than bits. But again, there's never any pressure. I appreciate you so much. Lo, can I get thank you so much for cheering 1,200 bits. Seriously, it goes a long way. I appreciate you being here so much. And then another Imperfect, another 300 bits. I appreciate you so fucking much. Imperfect is what I meant to say. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Layla gifted a 1-month sub. Huge fucking W's for Layla. You guys are going crazy. Seriously, it goes a long way. Can you guys spam those sub emails for me? Hotties for Harris. Joe Biden. A fact check on big balls right here. Oh my God, dude. I mean, I don't even understand how a 19-year-old gets a fucking job at Neuralink to like begin with. Like Elon Musk is such, oh my God. W's in the chat. Oh my goodness. Molly gifted a community sub. Ava, I'm sorry, or Eva or Ava, thank you so much. I'm so sorry for subscribing at 1 month for tier 1. It goes a really long way. I really appreciate that level of support. And Molly gifted a community sub. You guys are going insane. I've trained level 1. I appreciate you so fucking much. I can barely get a job. Yeah, I know. No, Ivy, I know. I was like applying. Well, I'm telling you, dude, I was like applying for like going to job interviews, AT&T retail at like 20, no college degree. And don't worry though, this my slime right here, big balls. He got the he's a senior advisor at the State Department. Holy shit! If this kid could be the senior department at the State Department, dude, you could do anything. I don't even know that. I appreciate. Oh my goodness, Kate, it is so good to see you. Thank you for gifting a community sub. It is so fucking good to see you. Huge, get big balls on my screen. Thank you so much, Kate. I appreciate you so much. W's for Molly. Eva, Kate, I appreciate you guys so much. And Imperfect, thank you so much. It goes a long way to support the stream. So, with all that being said, that's most of the news. Again, this is kind of the new. Why does this like, bro? Can we get ads off here, bro? I mean, I'm a hater. I'm certified hating right now. Again, most of the other news is going to be related to some of what I just said. Again. Just now, a judge ordering Trump to restore payments because he's not listening, which he probably, I don't know. We'll see if he does that. Okay, I didn't even see this, but I guess Elon Musk wants to buy OpenAI for $100 billion. The oligarchy is really shaping into place. Don't worry, this fucking guy right here owns like the largest EV company in the United States. He owns the largest social media site in the world, and he works for the Trump administration. And now I guess he's offering to buy OpenAI. Sam Altman, if that dude gives up OpenAI, I will be furious. Also, currently in the news, and I have not researched this enough, but I will touch on it for a second. Hamas is claiming that the ceasefire deal. The terms of the ceasefire deal have been broken. And so they were supposed to release a batch of hostages on Saturday in relation to the hostage deal. And they have claimed that in the northern Gaza Strip, Israel has broken that ceasefire. agreement, and will let's see. Alleged violations of the agreement. Hamas's alleged violations of the agreement by Israel over the past 3 weeks, including delaying the return of the displaced to the northern Gaza Strip, targeting them with shelling and gunfire in various areas of the Strip, and not allowing the entry of relief supplies in all their forms according to what was agreed upon. Israel responded and said, it was a complete. They said that the postponement was a complete violation of the ceasefire agreement. Said that they obviously didn't violate, and that to prepare the military for quote told the military to quote prepare the highest level of alert for any possible scenario in Gaza. Time is of the essence, obviously. So I'm not going to talk about that too much further because I haven't done my research on that particular story that just broke this morning. But obviously, I will say that it's important that the dying stops, whether that's the hostages, the civilians in Gaza, soldiers on either side. So I'm really hoping that that does not continue, that the ceasefire deal can come back or can be unpostponed. Picks, thank you so much for a community sub, gifting a community sub 2 minutes ago. I appreciate you so much, Picks. Can I get some W's in the chat? I really appreciate you. We're on a hype train level 4. I hope you're having a great day. Titan, I hope you're having a great day too. Mara, good to see you. What a fucked up timeline we're in. It's an interesting one, that's for sure. Gibbons just called me an op. Gibbons. So, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. That's about it. Again, most of the news relating to DOGE and a little bit of the chaos, eggs and bird flu. We are having the worst flu season in the last 15 years. So please, if you haven't gotten your flu shot, I already know it's gonna get me, bro. I'm like waiting for the ball to drop. It always happens. I'm such a baby when I get sick. I literally won't do it. I can't move for a week. I toss and turn. I complain so much when I'm sick. So I'm just preparing for that. But it's a quad pandemic right now. You have neurovirus going around, the stomach bug that's really bad. You have the flu going around. We're seeing the most flu cases. Again, the hardest hitting flu season in 15 years. At least, I forget the exact number, but 25 or 30 states, cases are just exploding. COVID is the third, and then I think another respiratory illness or just general respiratory illnesses are the fourth. So again, Gabby, I appreciate you. So again, please, if you have not, get your flu shot. I've heard the flu, influenza A, is from the people who've gotten it. I'm someone who if I get a bad cold, I'm literally I'm tossing and turning, and I'm gonna die. I think I'm always just hit hard, or I'm just a baby, one or the other, a little of both probably. But people who get the flu and are not like me and are okay, I'm gonna take some Advil, get out, obviously they're not feeling well, but people have been saying that influenza A in particular this year is brutal, really hard on you. It's a different level of intense, especially with some of the body pains, etc. So please, if you have not gotten your flu shot, you can still RSV. Thank you, Kayla. I appreciate you. Yes, please, you can still get your flu shot. I'm probably going to do that today because I actually have not gotten a flu shot. But yeah, it's not fun. And again, I'll quickly say before we move on to the next topic, again, ERs and urgent care right now, just in the last 2 weeks, are flooded. So please get your flu shot. If you do end up getting sick, the ER is a place for, obviously emergencies only. And so, being able to clear that up for people who do get the flu, a lot of people debate when to go to the ER versus when to, go to urgent care. Again, most doctors would say, if you're having trouble breathing, if your lips turn blue, if you're, getting up and when you're trying to walk around and you're really struggling to catch your breath, that's the time to go to the ER. If you have a low-grade fever and your body hurts, then choose urgent care. And obviously watch your temperature. When I got it last year, it was the only time I'd ever had to go. Well, actually, that was strep. I got strep and my fever wouldn't break my fever wouldn't break like 104.5. So at that point, I chose urgent care. I could have chosen the ER in that scenario because, like, also, you know, don't want the fever to get too high. Regardless, make sure you know where to go and get your flu shot, please. I love you all. You guys are all the best. Now, speaking of big balls, welcome to the stream. No, I'm kidding. Let's watch some of this. Let's watch some of the new Piers episodes. I want to hear people argue about this. We're gonna react a little bit. I don't know who's on today, bro. My bad. Yeah, that's my bad, bro. My bad. My bad. I was just kidding. Because yeah, that's both to the news. And also, I saw something there about like Trump instructing people to stop making the penny. I don't even know what authority. I have no idea.
Mary Grace tipped $1. The world's pretty scary right now, but thanks for being one of the few people who actually cares. My stupid OCD has decided that I can't think about anything but all this Trump crap, and you're one of the few people that helps. Thanks.
I appreciate you so much for the $1. Can I get 1,000,000 W's in the chat? Thanks for being here and thank you for the kind words. Yeah, we'll get through this. We'll get through this. We will. I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. That was very sweet. Thank you so much. Did you guys see? I'm sorry, I was like clicked off. Did you guys see that showed up on the screen, right? Oh wait, no, I think I moved it. That's why. I'm so sorry. Can somebody tell me the name you heard from that? I'm so sorry. I just don't. Yeah, it's because I accidentally moved the. We heard it. Good. I appreciate you so much. That's exactly how I feel, Callie. I appreciate you being here. Mary Grace. I can actually go look in my. We couldn't see it, buddy. I just fixed it. I'm sorry. Mary Grace. Okay, cool. Mary Grace, thank you so much. I apologize. Now it'll show up. But thank you so much. Truly. W's in the chat. Okay, here we go.
Balls. Big balls.
President Trump is beginning only his 4th week back in the White House, but he already appears to have turned the entire world upside down. The new president was introduced to the crowd at last night's Super Bowl, as was the self-styled childless cat lady Taylor Swift. Compare the reaction of fans. As well as winning an admittedly unscientific popularity contest against the biggest pop star on planet Earth, President Trump declared yesterday to be Gulf of America Day in honor of the newly renamed Ocean Basin. He also found time to ban paper straws, slam Meghan Markle, and send opponents into paroxysms of panic over a teenage cost cutter with a boastful nickname.
We begin tonight with Musk and Big Balls.
Big balls.
Big balls.
Big Balls, who work for Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE.
In the one case of the Big Balls kid, a literal teenager.
Big balls online, big balls here.
Bro, I just can't. Bro. I cannot believe mainstream media be saying this with so seriously, bro. That shit is. I mean, look. Again, you guys know how I don't need to preface how much I hate Trump and how, you know, I take these things very seriously. But like this compilation is fucking hilarious, dude. It's objectively hilarious.
Markle and send opponents into paroxysms of panic over a teenage cost cutter with a boastful nickname.
We begin tonight with Musk and Big Balls.
Big balls.
Big balls.
Big Balls, who work for Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE.
In the one case of the Big Balls kid, a literal teenager.
Big balls online, big balls here that Katie's talking about.
A 19-year-old that goes by the username Big Balls.
So that would be one way that we could refer to him.
Young computer whizzes, the aforementioned Big Balls.
Because who among us doesn't feel better about big balls in charge of American air traffic control?
I rather like the idea of a guy 19 called Big Balls running the country. Elon Musk's DOGE is certainly unconventional. A crack team of young people with no government experience are poring over government spending with the aim of stripping out billions of dollars. Time magazine's among those goading the president over Musk's apparently outsized influence. In his Super Bowl pre-game interview with Fox News' Brett Baer, President Trump reiterated his full support for Musk and the program.
And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse.
No, they're not, and they haven't. Like, this is part of the problem. Like, there's two arguments. Not only is this blatantly unconstitutional for all the reasons we talked about, which is the best argument to go to, because you know, people like it's not about if they're actually finding fraud or not. It's about that, because we all have principles, but also in the fact that people are like, well, I don't care if it's unconstitutional. I mean, they're just like, I mean, that's like a ham sandwich ass argument. Like, I don't care. I just want to see. They've uncovered no fraud. There has been no fraud. None. The only things that Elon Musk have uncovered that he disliked, a lot of it was just like pushing blatant misinformation, like Politico receiving funding from the government. Misinformation. We've already touched on that, right? Or like shrimp running on treadmill. Misinformation, right? Just objectively wrong, or at best misleading. But anything else that actually is getting funding that they disagree with, it's not fraud. It's just a political disagreement, right? So I think zooming out, like at best, the only thing that Elon Musk and DOGE have uncovered in this unconstitutional tirade of garbage is money that's being sent somewhere that we've known it's being sent there. It's been appropriated by Congress to be sent there, and they're just upset because they disagree with it politically. That's not fraud. I mean, these people are ridiculous. Sarah, thank you so much, by the way, for the 10 bits. I really appreciate it. I graduated from nursing school, in May of this year. Please, everyone, if you're able to get updated on vaccines, I think this is a pretty scary time in healthcare with RFK, all the misinformation and the attacks on the CDC and pulling out of the WHO. Stay safe, everybody. Very, very well said, Sarah. It's always a pleasure to see you. And congratulations. You're getting close to graduation. I wish you the best. Really, really proud of you. I appreciate you. And Kay Meany. Again, really quickly, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you for also going to the nursing school. Really, really proud of you. Kay Meany, subscribing with Amazon Prime. You do get a free sub with Amazon Prime. You can get a million W's in the chat. That goes a long, long way. I appreciate you so, so much. Truly. All right, I can hear this. I'm just going to stand up and grab some water.
Well, the president's first month back in office has been a spectacular course correction. It's too early to say whether it will all work, of course. But many of his executive orders are already facing challenges in the courts, even as Democrats in Congress appear toothless. But voters clearly like what they're seeing. Trump's approval ratings at a record high. A new CBS poll shows a big majority of Americans are describing him with words like tough, energetic, focused, and effective. And it might have something to do with decisive actions like this.
All of that ends today because with this executive order, the war on women's sports is over.
So big balls are back in the White House and banned from women's sport. What's not to like?
So again, it's just like fascinating to me that the same people and Piers himself who have constantly run on this idea of like, oh, we need to, like, why can't you focus on what the American people care about? They can't afford things. They can't afford things. You talk about literally anything else around like culture wars. And it's, oh my God, these people don't care about the American public. I don't give a fuck what other people do. I just can't afford groceries. It's all we heard nonstop. That Democrats like myself are out of touch and don't care about people. And now we're in actually a worse economy than we were 3 weeks ago, as the market is like struggling. The Fed isn't cutting rates. Inflation is going to go up because of tariffs. Egg prices are fucking $10 because of bird flu. And no one seems to give a fuck. It's that, oh, I'm really glad Trump's focused. What the fuck, dude? The American public, I'm sorry, but maybe the American public is hypocritical? I don't know. Like, what do we talk? It just makes no sense to me.
Like about that? Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people who think there's plenty to dislike about that. Let's find out with my panel: Sage Steele, host of the Sage Steele Show; Trey Crowder, aka the liberal redneck; Mercedes Schlapp, the Trump former senior advisor, host of America Uncancelled on CPAC Now; and Mike Nellis, the former Kamala Harris advisor.
Liberty Mutual has savings for all. Mary had a little something.
A white dude for Harris. Harris, well, welcome.
Sorry, I was muted. I said I was familiar with this individual, right? I follow Mike on Twitter. Good dude. Love this panel. Can I get invited on Piers Morgan again, please? Please. I love everybody. I'm not trying to be, selfish here, but I want an invite. I want to go back on Piers. They invited me again. One of the time they invited me two other times, but it's been a while. The two other times, the one time I was traveling, couldn't. The other time they canceled on me last minute, which is pretty common in media. It's not like a Piers thing, If you get like invited on any show, whether it's CNN, Fox, MSNBC, there's like a 60% chance you're gonna be like 30 minutes before a show. They're just like, nah, you can never mind, because that's just how these games work. But I don't know, man. I'm trying to go back on, bro.
Welcome to all of you. Let me start with you, Mike. You must have had a pretty rough few months.
Nope.
Really?
It is what it is.
Come on, Mike.
I lost an election. I mean, I understand that the conservatives on here are having a good time being boastful about it, but what I actually care about is getting stuff done to help people. And look, Donald Trump got elected. He promised to get grocery prices down on day one. Grocery prices aren't down. So if you're asking me if I'm having a bad time, no, I'm not. I think the American people are having a bad time because Donald Trump made a lot of big promises that he's not meeting right now. He's doing a lot of stuff that, right-wing influencers online love, but he's not doing anything to get grocery prices down, make housing more affordable, help people retire with dignity, and that's what I actually care about.
If he's not doing a good time and the American people don't like it, why has he got record polling of approval?
Well, listen, Donald Trump's going through his honeymoon right now, and that makes sense. I think a lot of Americans are giving him the benefit of the doubt. And he's doing some stuff that they like, I think particularly on the border. But look, when he did his first TV interview after he won the election, he said, I was elected to get grocery prices down, and he hasn't done a single thing on grocery prices. Grocery prices are higher now. He hasn't done a single thing on eggs as the bird flu spreads to cows and chickens all across this country. It's a bit of a mess. And if you look at that same polling you were touting earlier, yeah, Donald Trump's got a 53% approval rating. You're acting like it's an 80% approval rating, like he's Chairman Mao, but he's not. He's got a narrow positive approval rating right now, which is good. But 2/3 of Americans are saying that he's not doing enough to lower grocery prices, and that's what he was elected to do. So he's making a critical mistake, and maybe it's not catching up to him in the first couple of weeks, but it's going to catch up to him as the American people start to feel that pain.
So you've gone from basically calling him Hitler, the Democrats and liberals, to
I never called him Hitler.
To putting all your
hang on,
I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you did. I'm saying that as a group, the Democrats and liberals have for years called him Hitler, a fascist, etc., etc.
No, actually, the first people to call him dictator-esque or the mustache man or a fascist were his own advisors, like his chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff or, his multiple former secretaries of defense, etc. So this is just like always a talking point from Piers. It's just like garbage, in my opinion.
And you're now reduced, I say this respectfully, you're now reduced to your Trump bashing being around all your eggs in one basket. Eggs.
No, I don't think Democrats are. I think Democrats are. I don't think he's attacking. Obviously, the whole dictator fascist thing it's more prominent than ever. I mean, it's been proven at this point. Oh my God, I have to go on Piers Morgan, dude. I have to. It's more prominent than ever at this point. Like, we screamed about it for years, and we were fucking right. We're sitting in a constitutional crisis right now because he's ignoring federal judges. But again, I don't think Democrats are, we're attacking him on egg prices. We're calling out the hypocrisy. It's hypocritical as fuck for everybody like Piers. And these people love Piers, good dude, but come on now. Yelling at us for years that we don't care about egg prices, inflation. And then we're, 3 weeks in and it's like they don't want to talk about it. They're like, give him time. Or, this is all you can attack him on? Like, what the fuck? This is like, so annoying.
No, I think what right-wing commentators like yourself are very good at.
I'm not right-wing. Whoa.
Hold on.
Mike.
You and I are not in the same wing, Piers.
I'm not a right-wing commentator. I'm not.
Listen.
I'm not. I literally ran a left-wing newspaper in Britain for 10 years.
And elevating it and trying to make it
I'm
seem
not
like the rest
right-wing,
of us
mate. I'm a centrist.
I'm
a guy that finds...
In fact, the only person in American politics that ever called Donald Trump Hitler is J.D. Vance. So come on.
But that's not true.
It is. Find it. Find where a major member of the Democratic Party
Kamala Harris called him a fascist.
Okay. Yeah. That's not the same as calling him Hitler.
Mike's killing it, but you got to do. Kamala Harris didn't call him a fascist. Kamala Harris was quoting his former top military general who served in the administration for 44 and a half years, who called him a fascist. Oh my God. Oh, dude, I want to go on this fucking show again. Jesus.
Well, listen, there have been gazillions of liberals who've called him Hitler. But look, let's move on.
Sure. Yeah, you can find anybody commenting in a dumb news article at the bottom, highlight it, and say that everybody's calling him Hitler. But come on. That'd be like me saying that
Yeah, but
all
you
this
can't,
dumb
Mike,
stuff,
you
the
can't
racist
just
kid that had to resign this
call
week
me
to
a
Elon Musk is
right-wing
everybody puts on here.
commentator
Come on.
because I'm not. If you watch my show regularly, you'd know I'm not a right-wing. What I am is viscerally anti-woke. And what happened at the election was that the country, it turned out, were also viscerally anti-woke. And along with cost of living and immigration, it was the wokery nonsense that actually cost the Democrats everything in the end.
I mean, I think that's revisionist history, though. When you poll people, they'll tell you the number one reason they voted in this election was about the economy. That was the reason that Donald Trump won. And again, when he did his first TV interview, I think he did like Meet the Press, like right after he got elected, he said, I was elected to lower grocery prices. I was elected to make housing more affordable. That's what I'm going to do on day one. And it's day what, 30? Day 25, whatever it is, and he hasn't done anything on that. He doesn't even talk about it anymore.
You know what he?
He's
you know
cutting
what?
federal spending.
Mike,
he's doing a whole bunch of executive actions.
Mike, I admire honestly. I admire the work you're trying to do here. But it's quite ironic that Trump banned. I think he's banned paper straws yesterday, and you are clutching at massive paper straws right now. Let me get to Mercedes, who's been smirking her way through this. Mercedes, it seems to me if the Democrats are now reduced to eggs. They've pretty much given up in the battle against Hitler, the Nazis, the fascists, and all the other ludicrous slurs that liberals have thrown at Trump for 8 years.
This is so dishonest. That is so dishonest. His chairman of the Joint Chiefs, who served in the military for 44 and a half years, called him a dictator and a fascist. He's chairman of the Joint Chiefs, the highest military general in the land. The dude who served with Trump for 4 years was in the Situation Room every single time Trump was doing something militarily. He was there next to him every time. He's the one who called him a fascist and a dictator. If the claim is then that all these people from Trump's first term, his former vice president, former at least multiple chiefs of staff, first, second, and third, who essentially said he only cared about himself, you know, the same line of remarks. His Secretary of the Navy, all these things, if they're the ones who are political attacking nonsense, grasping at straws, and you have a different conversation. You're telling me that everybody from Trump's first term thought he was garbage and they're all political? It sounds like the only person we're listening to is Trump. Like, oh, I want to be able to attack Piers on that so fucking badly, man. That is so garbage.
If it seems to me, if the only battleground now is eggs, he's won.
Well, you got to remember, Joe Biden was in office for 4 years. They could not get a handle on inflation. They could not get a handle of the American people feeling the pain of the cost of living. And yes, I mean, I would say to Mike's point, it is a priority for President Trump. This needs to be one of the biggest focuses that you're going to see, especially as Congress puts together their budget reconciliation bill, as they're going to be moving towards tax cuts, as they're going to be moving to find ways to lower inflation. As anyone who knows economics, it takes time.
MAGA Mobile even gets to Piers Morgan sometimes. You're on Piers Morgan, you got the camera set up, the fucking garbage in the background, and yet somehow, some way, MAGA Mobile finds a way to fucking infest. Unbelievable.
Time to lower the inflation, to lower the cost of living. The American people have been leaderless for 4 years under Joe Biden. It's why they rejected Joe Biden, because everything for the Democrats always boiled down to abortion. If they would bring up the economy, it would end up talking about abortion or.
That is so absurd. That is so absurd. Dude, Joe Biden added more jobs through 4 years, even accounting for bounce back jobs, which is a whole different conversation in itself. Even accounting for COVID, Joe Biden grew the economy faster, added more jobs. We lowered inflation faster than the rest of the world, added more manufacturing jobs than Donald Trump, passed significantly more major fiscal legislation, the largest infrastructure bill since Eisenhower, the largest investments in manufacture, the largest investment in public education ever, the largest investment in climate change ever. And we bring these things up, and fuckers like this, who just want a job, who don't have a single fucking principle in their head, just told us, oh, well, you're out of touch with the American people. And now it's that we never brought up the economy. It's just like this is, you know, I agree with Mike. This is fucking revisionist history, dude. I got to DM Mike. I don't think I've ever really, maybe I might have met Mike before, but I also like I feel like I struggle to remember who I meet sometimes. I have the memory of a goldfish. It's well said, dude. It's revisionist history. Like, this is absurdity, the way they talk about this now. It's so fucking dishonest. It's so dishonest.
Sex changes for children. And so they failed to connect to the American people. Something that President Trump has done, and as we're seeing in these most recent polls, is that they're showing a president who is focused, energetic, tough, delivering on what he's promising on. I mean, I got to tell you, it's very impressive to watch how much President Trump has been able to do in the past 4 weeks. He's re-engaged with companies. Think about just the recent investment with OpenAI and with SoftBank in terms of a $100 billion investment, Stargate here in the United States. He's bringing many more international investments back to the United States. He's engaging with the area of Latin America that was ignored by President Joe Biden, where he's been able to say, listen, we've got these criminal aliens, you got to take them back. And so when you see these really very, I think, swift actions that we're seeing at the border, where we're able to get these criminal aliens out of the United States back to these countries, it shows that President Trump is working as quickly as he can. Because to Mike's point, there is a honeymoon period. There is a moment here where there is political capital that President Trump has at this.
I hate how they always. You know what's interesting to me? Yo, first of all, the Pasta 11, thank you so much for subscribing to Amazon Prime. Can I get a million W's in the chat? It really goes a long way. I appreciate you joining the community. I appreciate you a lot. Wait, hold on a second.
This moment in time, and he recognizes it, and it's why you're seeing the president moving so quickly on all these priorities, including ensuring that, yes, the focus has to be getting those inflation numbers down. That I'm so glad the Democrats just woke up and said, yes, let's try to do this.
Yeah. Trey, let me bring you.
Can I jump in on that for a second, Piers?
Yeah, very quickly, yeah.
To respond? Yeah, it's what's amazing to me is that after the last couple of years where Republicans have been saying how easy it's going to be to get inflation down, that all of a sudden the minute that they control Congress and Donald Trump's in the White House, it's a hard thing. We can't get it down. It's terrible. We can't do it. Like, this is insane to me. Like, Donald Trump repeatedly said on day one, grocery prices were going to go down, and they're not. And you want to say I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, but at the end of the day,
I'm sorry, have you seen the oil prices? Gas prices are down. Mike.
Yeah, can I get a fact check on that? Can we spam the sub emailed fact check, please? Can we see the price of a barrel of oil right now? I actually don't even know. I don't know. Let's go look at oil prices. Let's go fact check. Let's go crude oil prices. I actually don't know. Can we get a fact check on this, please? Can we get a fact? No. I need it by day. I need it by day, not by month. I need it by day. Actually, we don't have to do crude oil. We can literally just do average gas price United States by month. I mean, I really mean by fucking day, dude. Who be tracking this? Oh, yeah. Weekly. I like this, EIA. I like this. Weekly. Here we go. Wow, going back to 1990. My goodness. Here we go. It is December. Oh, this is okay. This appears to me. Oh wait, actually, this still appears to me. Like week 1, from here to here, from January 20th, starting at $3.109 to now December 10th today, $3.128. And I believe I believe this number is larger than this number. So fact check complete. She is wrong. And not only, obviously, you're going to say, well, it's super slight. Well, again, it's just like so misleading for fucking somebody who I guess works in the Trump administration. I mean, she's such a moron. I could debate that one with my eyes closed. But again, like, it's just so dishonest if you look at these numbers to be like, oh, he's lowering gas prices. What? What are you talking about? Gas prices are like exactly the same. Be quiet.
Retire with dignity and get a good paying job and be able to start a family. And right now, Donald Trump isn't doing that. It's a lot of circus politics. Look,
you're just Mike. I'm so sorry. You're wrong on this.
All right. You know what he is doing. You know what he is doing, because the polls clearly reflect the public approval of this. He's doing a lot of other stuff he said he'd do, and he's doing it very, very quickly. We bring in Trey Crowder. Trey, what I was struck by yesterday at the Super Bowl, a big piece of Americana. Taylor Swift, most popular pop star in America, roundly booed. Now, partly that's because obviously her boyfriend plays for one of the teams. You'd expect some booing, but it was pretty loud. And then the camera turned on Trump. And, if this had been done 4 years ago, 6 years ago, he'd have been pretty well booed too, as well as some cheering. But he got almost universal cheering. The crowd kind of erupted. And as Elon Musk said, that's a real shift in vibe, shift in mood about Trump. And there's no doubt he is a lot more popular now than I think he's ever been in America. Do you accept that?
Yeah, that's probably true for now, I think, until we see how the policies work out. But the Super Bowl, I mean, I'm not that surprised by either of those reactions. I mean, it's an event where tickets are $5,000 a pop or whatever. So you mean the crowd made up of, senior VPs and dealership owners or Trump fans or whatever? I'm not, if he gets that reaction in like at a Memphis Grizzlies game or something, I would be a little more taken aback. And yeah, I mean, with Taylor.
Oh, that's beautifully said. That's fucking beautifully said, W.
You touched on it. I mean, I'm a huge football fan. I think most of us outside of Kansas City have long since gotten tired of the Chiefs, right? And all their, referee love affair, bundle Rooski bullshit and falling bass backwards into wins all year long. And part of that Chiefs fatigue is having to see the camera crew pan to, Kelsey's girlfriend every time he catches another 3-yard button hook or whatever. People just been tired of them and their whole thing for a while now. And I'm not a Philadelphia guy, but the Birds did us a service yesterday, so I appreciate that.
The trouble with if you're Taylor Swift is what do you do, right? If she doesn't go, she's snubbing her boyfriend. The romance is over, and it's front page news in the tabloids for 3 weeks. If she does go, everyone gets annoyed because she keeps going. It's like you can't win.
Piers, but come on, they went on a double date like Mahomes, who I love, Patrick Mahomes and his wife, and Taylor Swift and Travis, like 2 days before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
We don't have time to go to a dinner, double dinner date before the Super Bowl.
No, I agree. I thought that was a rare misstep where you're really a hostage.
Ria, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Average gas price Denver was 303 source. Casper? This is AAA fuel prices. Interesting. $3. December 5th. Shedding 3 cents. December 12th, 302. It's like, I feel like there's a bit, hasn't been much movement there. 319, Casper says. So 303 to 319. I'm no mathematician, but sounds like an increase to me. Again, I appreciate everybody being here. Truly. Makeup, great to see you. Don't apologize. Maggie, I know, right? I know, it's so annoying. 313. Well, still a mathematician. Still a mathematician. I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, again, someone said, why does this matter? Talk about politics. I'm telling you, the right, it was just like every single time a Democrat brought up anything else besides prices, it was, you don't care about the American people, inflation. I don't give a damn. The middle class is struggling and you're out of touch and you don't care. And now they will talk about literally anything else but prices. They don't care. They're talking about fucking garbage. And when you bring up prices, these fuckers are so good at just pouring fucking garbage onto the American public and revising history. It's so annoying. Emily, hello, how are you? Did I say makeup? Oh my, no. I did it again. Hold on a second. I'm gonna make me up. I can speak. It's good to see you. I appreciate you.
It's a fortune if you do that. If you go out having dinner, looking like you're very relaxed and complacent, that's not a good look if you then get hammered.
No.
Let me bring in Sage. I mean, Sage, look, it doesn't mean a lot really that Trump got cheered and Taylor got booed, other than what is indisputable since the election result, and the polls all show it, is that Trump has unleashed this barrage of executive orders. Many are exactly what he said he'd get done, including banning trans athletes in women's sport, hugely popular, including what he's doing on the border, again, hugely popular. There's a lot of stuff here which I think most Americans are nodding to. They're going, you know what? Historically, I might have been a Democrat, but I agree with this stuff. And that's where the Democrats, I think, have to be really careful about what they do next. Because if their only shtick is egg prices, they're not going to win back power.
Yeah. I mean, it's been interesting. I think there have been a lot of fair Democrats and liberal political analysts over the last 3 weeks. It's been only 3 weeks, by the way, Mike, since he was inaugurated. So we waited 4 years for something to be done and for some leadership to be shown, and none of that actually happened, which I think was a referendum sent down by voters. To me, as far as last night here in New Orleans, I wasn't surprised either, because at the end of the day, this is a football crowd. But it is also interesting. Yes, people come from around the world. I've been in this city for too long now, 8 days. And the number of people in this very blue city that have come up to me.
Thinking about going solar, but not sure whether it's worth it for your home? Well, before you get quotes, there are 3 things you
to me and just said, oh my gosh, thank you. So excited. Donald Trump is making an effort.
Top 5 things that have never happened. Top 5 that never happened. That has never happened.
By the way, no sitting president had ever come to a Super Bowl before, which is strange. First time in history. Joe Biden wouldn't even go to the Army-Navy game, which
The same people obsessed with the money, obsessed with taxpayer dollars. Trump spends millions of dollars to go to the Super Bowl. Leaves at halftime. That's, for the record, in my most recent video, I was slightly wrong. That is when he was slated to leave. But still, same concept. Left at half, but who gives a fuck? You know what he should be doing on a Sunday night? Working. That's what most presidents do, actually, believe it or not. On Sunday night, they work. They're the leader of the goddamn free world. What the hell?
to me sent a message as well. People just want someone who's going to make an effort, someone who's going to be understandable when they speak and be able to focus on the task at hand, literally and figuratively, and someone who's going to lead. And that is what has not happened over the last 4 years. Every single person I've spoken to, and it's been an honor to be there and to be at the White House last week when he signed that executive order to keep boys out of girls' sports, men out of women's sports, says the Democrats, this isn't necessarily a referendum for Trump. It was just that the Democrats took things too far, and being okay with mutilation of children and not communicating.
I'm telling you, dude, and the history books are going to look so poorly upon these two individuals right here. It's just absurd. They'll like try in history. Like the guy who got more legislation passed than any president in multiple decades, investing all this massive money in America, the first president to lower pharmaceutical prices for seniors, all these things. And it's that for 4 years he did nothing. And Trump has gotten less done in 3 weeks than Biden did in 3 weeks. And the only reason that these people think this is A, because they don't know how the government works, because all they care about is being able to be on media and having a job. And the internet is where nuance goes to die. But like, who gives a fuck about these executive orders? Wow, look at the barrage of executive. I don't give a fuck. Do you know how like thin most of these executive orders are? They don't do much. They don't do anything to help people. And the executive orders that are broad are blatantly unconstitutional, which again is fucking thrusting us into constitutional crisis. It's absurdity.
With parents in the state of California when they're talking about potential hormone replacement therapy, all of the things along the way that the Democrats had an opportunity to do better. To bring in the Taylor Swift situation last night, again, for the first time, we didn't have to have a bet. How many times are they going to show Taylor? I think everybody kind of caught on, and that was pre-election as well. Donald Trump, they didn't even show him on the screen when I was at the Sunday Night Football game with him in Pittsburgh and the New York Jets. I mean, there's been such a big turn. At the end of the day, it comes down to whether it's football or economy or a border or boys and girls sports. This shouldn't even be political for most of this stuff.
Gulf of America, good point.
Protect our girls from boys. I don't know why all of a sudden, over the last few years, there's all of a sudden.
You voted for a guy found liable for sexually abusing a woman.
Trying to be what? An extra gender here. Stop it. Do the basic things. Keep America safe.
That's why you voted for a convicted felon found liable for sexually abusing a woman.
Which means containing our borders, not letting millions of illegals, hundreds of thousands of violent criminals across our border. These aren't even political things. These are basic things that we as Americans
That's a really good point.
All the things she said, her party is the one that makes them political. By being so fucking dishonest and opening the floodgates of misinformation onto the American people. It's absurdity. It's fucking absurdity.
A right to.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, Mike Nellis, look, putting aside partisan party lines, you surely don't still support trans athletes in women's sport, do you?
Well, I actually want to say that I agree with Sage about something real quick, which was the election was not an endorsement of Donald Trump, but a referendum on the Democrats. And you ask why Trump's approval rating and his likability are a little bit higher now than it was 8 years ago when he first took over, is the difference between taking over from a popular incumbent president in Barack Obama and an unpopular incumbent in Joe Biden. I think what the Democratic Party does need to realize is the way we're talking about certain issues, the way we're advocating for certain issues is, I think, off step. Like, we're off base with the American people and what they want for border security. We're off base with what people want on a lot of other issues, and we're going to have to evaluate how we talk about them. But when it comes to like the trans athlete stuff, I mean, look, it's incredibly popular. It's also an issue that frankly just doesn't affect a lot of people.
Yeah, but what do you think of it?
Like, hold on just a second, I'm going to get there. But Charlie Baker said that there were only like 14 total athletes, I think, in NCAA and collegiate sports that are even engaging on it. It's the type of issue that, like, it's getting outsized coverage, and I don't think it matters. But like, at the end of the day, I want to be talking about transgender issues. I'd rather be talking about things that I think are common to most.
I understand you don't think it's an issue, but you know, if I said to you there are only 14 drug cheats, what would you say? Oh, that's fine.
I don't think that's even remotely the same. I don't think it's
hang on. I think
what I want to
hang on.
I want to be talking about though is like how we improve people's lives.
Let me explain. Mike, let me explain.
Go ahead.
The point is, the athletes who took drugs wanted to enhance their performance illegally, wrongly, unfairly, unequally with, in those cases, illegal substances, drugs. The trans athletes want to have an unfair advantage over biological.
Bro, that is so absurd. That is so fucking absurd, Piers. Dude. Oh my God. It's so like disrespectful to like an entire community who goes through something like transitioning, which is a hard process. Obviously, like where society's at, just all, you know, regardless of society, even, you know, trying to become, help become who you love, be yourself openly. And you're telling me that they're doing all of that just to fucking have an unfair advantage in sports? Like taking fucking performance enhancing drugs? What the fuck, dude? That's so ridiculous. Bro. Oh my God.
Biological women, because they literally are biologically built differently because they were born as males. And so actually the analogy is correct. You're gaining an unfair, unequal advantage. And everybody, I think, now sees that. What I'm curious about is whether you, as a Democrat, can actually bring it upon yourself now that Trump has banned it, to say, you know what? He's right. It should be banned. Or whether you're still in that place of nobody cares.
I mean, truly, like, I don't care about it. Like, I just think it's the type of issue.
Is he right to ban it?
That's the problem.
I don't care. I'll let people who are smarter I'll let people who are smarter than me in the athletic world make those decisions with information that I don't have. It doesn't.
So you have views about absolutely everything apart from this.
And I think it's the type of thing that all the conservatives on this call love to talk about this because they have no plan to lower inflation. They have no plan to put more money in regular
The only thing you talked about was abortion.
They want to talk about other stuff because it's easier for them to talk about. It's ridiculous.
All right, so just to be clear, just to be clear,
Go ahead, Sage.
Just to be clear, Mike Nellis, who has a view about absolutely everything, right down to the price of eggs. You do not have a view on whether biological males should be in women's sport. I mean, come on.
I don't care. It's not
that. Well, it's that you don't want to say it.
Talking about it is when I'm
you don't want to say it because you don't want your woke friends feeling you betrayed them.
No,
I think the Democrats need to, for want of a better phrase, grow a pair and actually stand up for what the American people want. Then you might get reelected.
No, I think the only pair that's been grown is by Big Balls, who's apparently running our government right now based on the clip you ran.
Well, let's talk about Big Balls then, because let me bring in Trey on this. On Big Balls, I've got no. If Elon Musk has identified some.
Yeah, I'm sure Google Maps and Apple Maps. I know. If you said Google Maps changed it to Gulf of America. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. Again, these big tech companies are bowing to him because if they don't, you know, they'll have to deal with like litigation in court from the Trump admin. They'll have to deal with Republicans bringing them, you know, people like the Meta CEO Zuckerberg that's not. I'm tweaking. The Google CEO is I forget that guy's name. Regardless, he'd have to be dragged in front of Congress, and you know, you'd have to go through a testimony. So. You know, and that's bad for their bottom line. So they'd rather bow to authoritarianism. Absurdity.
Brilliant young geniuses. I mean, God, Mozart was what, 5 when he was writing some of his masterpieces? Why are we so ageist? Why can't a 19-year-old called Big Balls rampage his way through government overspending. It looks to me already like he's doing a rather good job, Big Balls.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like this is a new idea that teenage boys are like, you know, smart and have their shit together and stuff. I mean, I'm raising 2 teenage boys, and
Jab, Blake, very, very well said. Very well said. Piers, absurdity from Piers. Also, Mac, thank you so much for subscribing to Amazon Prime. Can I get a million W's from Mac? A million W's from Mac. Not only is he not doing a good job, all these people, and it's blatantly unconstitutional and gross. Why being ageist? Bro, he's 19 and he's never worked in government in his life. He shouldn't be the head of the State Department. Oh my fuck. I can't believe this.
I mean, we're letting them like drive the economy. We won't let them drive rental cars. I don't know. Is this really a controversial take that 19-year-olds don't know shit, especially ones called big balls? I mean, I don't, you know, we all seen these meme lords on the internet. But being like an FBI counterterrorism expert for 20 years and then having to go into an office and have that like office space meeting where you justify your career to, you know, these 2 lackeys, except in this case, they're teenagers, Big Balls and his partner, Queefer Sutherland, 420 or whatever. It's just, you know, I'm not surprised that people kind of get their back up at that. I don't want a teenager, you know, telling me anything. I mean, not the ones in my house, or just anywhere in general. I mean, you can call it ageist if you want. I was a teenage boy too. I was a dipshit. You know, this guy's coming straight out of Twitch lobbies.
The trouble is, there are a
So today's the day. I've got my RTA mock system and Coyote appliances, and they did tell me it was only
a lot of teenage prodigy geniuses. You see them playing chess. You see them, you know, Elon Musk was 10 when he wrote his first computer code.
Dude, oh my fuck. Big Balls, who you've never heard of with no experience in government, is not a fucking prodigy. This is so, dude, my brain's gonna melt, dude. I don't know if I can do politics anymore. 1, 2, 3, I got you. I don't know if I can do politics anymore, dude. Like, this is so stupid. You don't take the government seriously. A leader who can't speak for 4 years and all these things, and then it's, well, I think it's fine. What's wrong with Big Balls running the government, bro? I cannot accept that these people are real. I can't accept that there's people with, you know, again, I actually do think Piers is a good dude, but terrible take, Piers. And to these 2 individuals, I mean, Jesus Christ, they don't have a genuine thought flowing through their head, bro. I mean, I just can't. I can't believe these 2 individuals exist in our society. It's unbelievable.
You know, this idea they're all dipshits. I just don't buy that.
Well, they're still dumb about other things, though. Like, I graduated college with a 4.0. I was smart at some stuff and very dumb at many other things.
Yeah, but if Big Balls is very, very good at crunching numbers, what's wrong with him crunching numbers?
Can I jump in here? Because I think we're actually missing the point here. Like, I don't really care whether he's 18, 15, or 45. The government is incredibly wasteful, spends money on a ton of stupid shit that they shouldn't be doing. My problem here is the transparency in the process, right? We have an unelected South African billionaire that Donald Trump has given the keys to the castle. Trump doesn't know what's going on. Hell, yesterday on Twitter, Elon Musk got asked a question by a reporter about cutting NIH funding for cancer research, and Elon Musk had no idea what they were talking about. So my problem is you've got a guy who has a record of paying young people to do his work for him. Elon Musk literally was paying kids to play video games as him so he could seem cool to the gamer community. Now he's paying a bunch of kids to go cut government spending, and he doesn't know what they're cutting. And so the lack of transparency is the issue. I think everybody on this call agrees. Government's very wasteful.
Okay, listen, I'm going to hold you guys there. Okay, listen, I'm going to come back to you, Mercedes, for a reaction, but I've just got to bring in another guest briefly, which is Ro Khan of the California Democrat Congressman. Ro, great to have you back on Uncensored. This whole idea, Ro, of Elon Musk, of DOGE, of his young team of whiz kids led by Big Balls and so on, you know, some people are laughing at it, some people are outraged, some people are all in favor. Where do you sit with it?
Well, look, I said that if Elon wants to help find wasteful spending and do a thorough examination of that, that's fine. I actually took some criticism from my own party for saying that I would be open to looking at what he finds, particularly in the Pentagon, but anywhere. The problem I have with it is that there are rules in our country. There's a constitution. You can't have people unilaterally stopping or pausing Treasury payments. And what he should do is, if he finds this
Yeah, you know, the whole unconstitutional part's a pretty big fucking problem. No one on this panel seems to want to talk about except for O'Connor. W's. By the way, L. Willie, thank you for subscribing 1 month at tier 1. Can I get a million W's in the chat? It really goes a long way. I appreciate you. Chris, I was very conservative until recently. I've quickly become more empathetic and intuitive, and it has shifted my political views. I argue politics with my friends who are very MAGA. Any advice on better justification on my political shift? Well, Willie, I appreciate you being in here and thinking deeply about the issues, whether you're left or right. It's very hard to go through like a shift like that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like not knowing specifics. Yeah, I think you know, being able to show, I think, some of the ways that you may say, look, I am still very conservative in some ways, but this isn't about left or right, right? Like what we're talking about right now is blatantly unconstitutional, right? Like Trump is more interested in himself than the will of the American people. He showed that when he tried to overthrow the 2020 election with a fake electors plot, brushing the Department of Justice. He's showing it now with Musk, where all of a sudden an unelected bureaucrat who's the richest man in the world is unilaterally trying to decide where spending goes, which is blatantly against the Constitution. Federal judges have ruled, you know, for example, you can't freeze this federal funding, and we're looking and the federal funding's still frozen. And federal judges are saying, you're not listening to us. That's, you know, a blatantly against the Constitution. I think that, like, besides that, just in terms of like being like empathetic, yeah, I mean, Trump and Republicans have like become the party of, if you want to like resonate with some of those friends, become the party of cancellation, become the party of, you know, if you don't agree with us, we'll, you know, when Trump has talked multiple times about taking companies off the air, removing their broadcasting licenses when he disagrees with them, like CNN and MSNBC, because they're fake news. That's that's blatantly that's undemocratic to its core. That's against the First Amendment. You have the FEC right now, Donald Trump's FEC head, and the FEC opening an investigation into a San Francisco radio station after they talked about something around illegal immigration that Trump disagreed with, and we're seeing like this fierce hate and cancellation. You know, if you're woke or if you want to be gay in our society, then, and people find out online, they fucking cancel you. Like, it's like a big thing. And so I think in terms of like being empathetic, I just think trying to say like, how can we support someone this group of people so hateful with no ideals? It's all about power to them. And obviously, you know, he's been found liable for sexually abusing a woman. He's a convicted felon. He's shown a clear disregard for the law and shown clearly that he only cares about himself over and over and over again. And I think if they can't resonate with that, then I'd argue that, again, it's part of why I hate Trump so much. He lies. He statistically lies more than any politician ever in history. Obviously, everyone lies. Politicians lie, all people lie. Trump lies to a different level than literally everybody else. He is flooding the American population with disinformation, and there's a lot of great research about that. You know, the best example being the 2020 election. He told people, you know, tariffs are paid for by other countries. Quote, tariffs are not paid for by consumers. China will pay them. And now it's, oh, there's going to be hardship, because actually it's going to cause inflation because consumers and businesses are going to pay this. It's all just lies. It's constant lies. So I don't know if that helps, but I love you. I appreciate you being here and subscribing, seriously. And Ella, thank you so much for 300 bits. It goes a really, really, really long way. I appreciate you so fucking much. Huge W's in the chat.
Absurd examples, come to Congress, expose it, and force us to vote on it.
I mean, look, there's no doubt from the polling around Trump that the majority of Americans are right behind this. They think the government has been way too bloated for way too long, and they quite like the idea of the richest, most successful guy in the history of America cutting his genius swathe through overspending.
Yeah, everyone else who, you know, I guess the few people left on this earth who decide to think logically about what he just said, but also say, along with everything I've already said, that the richest guy in America who owns the largest social media site in the world, and there's other companies get a massive amount of money from government contracts, him having the unilateral authority against the Constitution to direct this federal funding or freeze it when federal judges say don't do that. He can look at the Treasury Department he can look at the Treasury Department payment systems and see where this money's going. And he's directly incentivized. His wealth directly depends on these government contracts. His stocks fluctuate based on if fucking the government is going to give him money for SpaceX. So you're telling me you want to give complete and total authority to one guy, which again, just like, if anyone has any concept of democracy, no matter how they feel about democratic spending, they'd be nauseated. But again, I don't think a lot of these people have a thought in their head. Regardless of that, seems like a little bit of a fucking conflict of interest. If the guy who makes a bunch of money and his wealth is directly incentivized from government contracts can look and decide where to cut and spend government money on government contracts, oh my fucking God. I mean, I just I'm telling you, dude, like any person that's still left in this country who has like an understanding of fucking government is just like their head is blown away by some of these fuckers being like, well, I mean, one man has complete and total, I don't mind if he does unconstitutional things. If he just wants to figure out where government spending is, just let us know. We'll take him at his word, cut it where he feels necessary. I mean, he's the richest man in the world. So why not? I don't care if he's fucking Bob from down the street. I don't care if he's a Democrat or Republican. Some of us have fucking principles about rules about how our country works. And we would normally say that, someone like this should not just be accessing all this fucking data. Okay. Ella, thank you for another 200 bits. W's in the chat. Ella, I really appreciate all the support. And Emily with 500 bits. Can I get a million W's for Emily in the chat? Emily, I fucking appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. Emily and Ella, I appreciate you guys. Show some love, some W's down there.
Well, the polling is split. I acknowledge that Trump's personal approval and his job approval is over 50%. The numbers aren't quite as good for Musk. I mean, they're falling into the 30s. I once said to Elon he should stick to cars and Mars. But, I would love to have him find wasteful spending and come to Congress. I think what spooked people is when there was the portal shut for Medicaid for a few hours. I don't want to scare people. No, Medicaid's benefits have been cut or Social Security has been cut. But just the idea that they could do that and that a number of unelected officials could do that really spooked people around the country. And that is, I think, what has triggered such a backlash to what's happening. And my view is he can still fix it. He should just say, I will respect Congress's power off the purse. And that would reassure a lot of people.
But they don't actually have to do that, do they, legally?
Well, I think they do. Under the Constitution, there's a debate. The conservatives, some of the small group of conservatives say that what Congress's power under Article 1 is simply to set the maximum spending level. But the Impoundment Act says no, what Congress appropriates, the president has to spend. And it was litigated under Nixon. What I say to my conservative friends is imagine you had someone from the far left become president. Congress appropriates $900 billion for the Pentagon. This far left president says, no, I'm not going to spend that. I'm only going to spend $200 billion. I mean, give me a break. That would never be constitutional. Obviously, Congress needs to have the authority to spend the money, and the executive branch should go along with it. I think this Supreme Court will affirm that.
Let's turn to the confirmation process. It looks like RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard are more likely than not to be confirmed, which means pretty much everyone will have been confirmed apart from Matt Gaetz, who dropped out. I mean, are you surprised at that? Did you expect more of them to fall down?
I am a bit surprised just because most presidents have a number of cabinet members who don't make it. But I think it is a testament to Donald Trump's complete control over the Republican Party. Look, I was elected to Congress when he was elected in his first term, and Republicans would kind of snicker behind his back and say, this was a fluke, he's not going to last. But to your point, I heard your earlier segment, I mean, this is the most popular he has been, and he certainly has complete control of the Republican Party.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I think that people like is that Trump is doing a lot of stuff. Now, you may not agree with all of it, but I do think, leaders generally who act and do things that they said they were going to do when they were campaigning, they tend to be pretty popular.
look, there's no doubt that he knows the politics of theatrics, and I don't say that dismissively. I mean, the visuals of him signing executive orders and the week of doing things and being energetic, I think it was a contrast to President Biden. I think one of our challenges with President Biden is he needed to be out there more, showing the energy. We had a lot of good policies of chips manufacturing coming back, batteries plants coming back, but we didn't show that sense of energy. The thing, though, I think Trump has to be careful about, I was just in Pennsylvania. I talked to someone who voted for him, who would still vote for him. And she said, well, I thought he was going to cut my taxes on overtime pay. I thought he was going to make sure that I didn't have tax on tips. Now, it's only 2 weeks in. I'm not one of those Democrats who's saying, well, the price of eggs are still up. I mean, give me a break. He's only been there 2 weeks. But if he doesn't focus ultimately on policies that help women like Tracy in Pennsylvania, his numbers are going to fall, and he's going to be judged ultimately around his economic agenda for the working class.
I don't know, man. I think Ro Khanna, that's kind of surprised me. I really thought he was going to hit harder on some of those things. I mean, I think you're living in I think that comment is living in a reality that doesn't exist. That's my opinion. Like, oh, he's going to be judged based on how people feel economically. No, he's not. People I'm so frustrated at like people left or right who just don't seem to have a concept of where we're at in American history. Okay. Donald Trump's ability to push massive amount of misinformation, along with Elon Musk controlling Twitter. I don't know that Americans actually. I think that Donald Trump could run. I think there is a world. It's possible that Donald Trump destroys the economy, and yet 60% of Americans don't think it's his fault. Say, his economic policy was good, are lied to about how, something like tariffs affected inflation, and they walk with it and do it. And I think that it's not their fault. I think it's the fault of the fact that we have a federal government right now and a man whose lies so outrageously and so consistently, it's breaking the fabrics of our society. So I kind of get frustrated at like the Democrats who want to take a step back and kind of like, we're being kind of nice. We're like, yeah, it's unconstitutional, but he should try. And like, ultimately, Donald Trump's doing good right now. But if you don't listen to the woman who said he's going to cut her taxes, these numbers are going to fall. No, they're fucking not. Like, what reality are you living in? No offense, but like, this is not fucking 2017. These are the same people who told you that in 2020 is political cap. Like, the only thing I cannot get behind right now is this idea of like, the constant talk of like political capital. Well, he's got to watch his numbers and poll numbers. Dude, we're past that. This is the same group of people, me included, who said fucking, like his political career is over after 2020. After he tried to overthrow an election and we all watched on TV as they stormed the Capitol. His political career is over after, he called veterans suckers and losers. His political capital is over after he goes on Fox News and admits live on TV that he fucking took money from foreign governments like China, but, nobody seemed to give a damn. His career was over when he... His political career was over when he mishandled COVID and at the time crashed the economy in a lot of people's opinion. His political capital was over all those times, and yet here we are saying, well, he's got complete and total control, but he's got to watch those poll numbers. No, he doesn't. You are like, I'm sorry, but this is part of like, I've kind of, and I might change this opinion because it's all still processing, but I kind of have a feeling that some Democrats have become a little bit complicit in this the fascism rising by fucking acting like these are normal times. Oh, well, if the Democrats don't get their shit together, then we'll lose in 2028. And don't worry, Trump will figure it out or if Trump doesn't figure it out, then his poll numbers will collapse. Well, we're way past that. I call it the death spiral. Okay? There's a game online. It's a game, and I'm not saying necessarily that this is how I feel right now in this moment. I may feel differently later. I've been going back and forth. But there is an argument for the idea that the fucking death spiral, there's a game online built by AI, very simple, an indie game, basically like a really just simple like indie type game where you're put in 1920s Germany, right? And you get to be like basically a person, and you get to choose who's elected, what bills you pass, etc. It's just like a clicking game. You just click with your mouse and make decisions. What the game tries to teach you is that no matter what you do, pretty much no matter what you do, once the death spiral has begun, once Nazi Germany has started to, not even Nazi Germany, once the Nazi party has started to rise, once you're in the death spiral, it is very, 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 very hard to prevent the inevitable. Even if it's 10 years before WW2. Once it starts and the people of Germany are being pushed a lot of disinformation, the German guy could be ripping apart democratic norms, or even before that, his party is just trying to gain power. Once it starts, no matter who you elect, no matter what decisions you make, it's too late. The death spiral has started. And once the death spiral starts, you can't win. And so what the game tries to teach you is that there's only two ways to stop Nazi Germany. You either radically reform the party against Hitler at the time, and I guess I think at that time it would technically be like you become like a moderate Republican party. And you completely transform the party and you beat the Nazis. Or, number two, you side with the communists. You basically fucking dissolve your own party, you side with the communists. The communists are so large and they crush Hitler and everybody else. Those are the only two options. Every other option you try to go with, every other elected person, everything you try to do to stop the inevitable of Hitler and the Nazis, you lose. It's the fucking death spiral. And not to be a pessimistic guy, but sometimes I think we're in the fucking death spiral. Or at least we're like right there. Maybe we can actually get out of the death spiral if we know we're in the death spiral. Part of the death spiral is realizing that this is not fucking normal. That the same people who, Trump's political, no, I love Ezra Klein. His piece in the New York Times, beautiful. Super smart. But maybe this is my fault. Maybe this is truly my fault. I can't get my head around the idea of, he doesn't have that much political capital. What does he have to do to lose political capital? He could shoot someone in the back of the head, he wouldn't lose political capital. I don't care if the stock market fucking goes to zero, he wouldn't lose. I'm convinced this guy, there is no such thing. Maybe he's, and again, this would be Ezra Klein's opinion, is that if we think he's invincible, then he actually is invincible. So maybe I'm playing right into the hand? I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not so convinced of people being like, the old lady in Pennsylvania is going to be upset if you don't cut her taxes. Bro, Trump could tell people right now and have Fox push that they passed some bill that cut taxes and it didn't actually do it. And 60% of the country would believe it. Because just the pure amount of disinformation in our society right now that's breaking is unbelievable. I am convinced there's a world where people would believe that Trump's accomplishments happened and they just didn't. I don't know, though. Maybe I'm wrong. It's confusing to me. Hold on.
Democrats are going to have to find somebody that can lead them out of arguably probably the worst place Democrats have ever found themselves. The general scale of repudiation is right across the board from all groups of people in America. And at the moment, I'm just seeing very little in the way of a brave new world, of somebody putting their hand up and going, here's what I think we should be doing as a party for the country. Who is that person and what's that message going to look like?
Well, here's the good news. We've seen that comebacks can happen very, very quickly in modern politics, and that the American people for the last 10 elections seem to be going from one side to the other. If you had told people after January 6th that Donald Trump was going to be the president, let alone the nominee, they would have snickered. So I do think there's an opportunity with what Trump has done. He has bashed the status quo. He has bashed the establishment of both parties. There is a consensus that the policies of the past 40, 50 years have not been working. The first thing the Democrats have to do is say, we hear you. The status quo was not working. We know people have it rough out there. The trade deals that ship jobs overseas were wrong. Letting China into the World Trade Organization was wrong. The over-financialization of our economy that enriched private equity while seeing hollowed out towns was wrong. Democrats were part of that. Democrats were part of having too much money from billionaires and millionaires, and now we're going to have an economic independence agenda for the working and middle class. And by the way, we're going to focus on that. One thing thing, you may disagree with Bernie Sanders, but I will tell you this. Those trans ads would never have worked against Bernie Sanders because everyone knew that Bernie Sanders was going to get, his focus was going to be healthcare and wages. And so part of what the Democrats have to do is our singular focus is going to be America's economic renewal and helping the working and middle class.
Yeah, although actually, if people had asked him directly, what is a man and what is a woman, and he failed to answer, and he supported policies that allow biological men to compete against women in sport, I think it would have been a big problem for Bernie Sanders, that ad. So the answer for me, for Democrats going forward, is common sense. You know, just do things which are things that most Americans would.
Again, this is part of my point that I just made. Like in what Ro Khanna said, oh, well, we need to focus on the economy, and Piers being like, yeah, kind of, but it's common sense. You got to do what people like. What the fuck do you think Biden's administration was? Why are we giving this to them? Why are we just accepting that they're able to misinform people so badly that apparently we were so unfocused for 4 years we didn't focus on the economy? Biden passed more legislation, massive legislation for the economy than most presidents ever. And the only reason people don't know that is because the other side of the aisle pushes so much disinformation, it breaks our society. How many times do I have to say this? Like, why are we there? Like this, I don't believe that this is certainly, I don't know, a lot of the last point was me just like ranting out loud, thinking I kind of go back and forth. This point, however, I'm very staunch on. Fucking the idea that, oh, the Democrat Party will reform themselves and just start focusing on the things that matter. Motherfucker, we were focusing on the things that matter. The reason people think we weren't is because the other side of the aisle is drifting us into fascism with the amount of disinformation they push, okay? If you just walk into this next election with the idea of, oh, we're going to focus on the economy, you are going to get fucking crushed. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. I don't care if fucking Joe Biden passed the best legislation of any president ever for the economy. He still would have lost. It doesn't matter. And people, it's not that, I'm telling you, dude, like just the sheer amount of misinformation that this party can push, you need to look at this from a new angle, in my opinion. I just think it's wrong. I just think it's objectively incorrect. I think that even if COVID didn't happen, and I get it, right? Part of the reason people didn't care to know and the misinformation worked, the Kickstarter, was obviously COVID and inflation, right? People didn't feel it. I understand that, right? But I'm telling you that part of that is if we continue down this path, it's getting worse. X is owned by Musk. It doesn't matter if COVID exists or not. I'm convinced that people, even if the economy by every metric is good and they feel good about their money, the other side will find some way to rampantly push so much misinformation that we'll lose anyways. It won't matter. I mean, look what we're dealing with right now. Musk is spending the last fucking 3 weeks. Everybody is focusing on thinking that the United States is sending condoms to fucking Gaza, and so we don't care about the Biden administration never cared. It's just not true. 90% of what's being said on Twitter about where government spending is going, not true. It's not true. They think Politico has been funded by the United States government. Most conservatives think that right now, and it wasn't true. Like this is just, it infuriates me. I'm like, I don't think some people quite, as much as I love Ro Khanna, like, let's be honest, dude. I don't think we understand what fucking game we're in. We're in a fucking different game. You walk into and say, well, yeah, I agree. We'll do common sense stuff. What about the Biden administration was not fucking common sense? Look, I get it looking back now. I understand. Too old. I understand. They should have addressed some of those things better. The border should have addressed some of those things better. Maybe some of the culture war stuff. We could have a conversation about the PR and not being upfront or not being authentic enough with the American people. That's one thing. I get it. We can have that conversation. That's reasonable. But this fucking conversation of, oh, they just wouldn't focus on what matters, the economy, fucking bullshit. That is such fucking bullshit. The only reason people think that is because of the other side of the aisle and the fact that people weren't willing to Google for 30 seconds and realize that something like COVID could affect the economy. I don't know, dude. I'm just fucking ranting. I'm really just ranting now. It's just like annoying to me.
Agree with. Then you got a chance. As long as you're defying them on even things like biology, it's hopeless. Anyway, Ro Khanna, always great to have you on our Uncensored. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go back to the panel. I want to come to Mercedes about DOGE, Elon Musk. Are you concerned that these two absolute giants of the political arena right now, Donald Trump and Elon Musk. How long can they go on sort of vying for who's top dog here?
Well, look, I worked with President Trump. I've seen him firsthand, how he functions, how he thinks. And I got to tell you something. The one thing that I understand is that he's the top dog. He is the executor in chief. He's the one that's getting the job done. He is the one with the vision. And then he trusts his people to implement his vision. I'll tell you, when we would decide any policy discussions, we would be in a room in the Oval Office with several of the cabinet members, several of his key staff. He would go around, ask everyone their opinion in the room on a certain policy issue. And you'd be surprised. He sometimes would go with, it would be with my opinion or with a cabinet member's position. And the key is to duke it out, debate it in the Oval Office. From there, then move forward with the president being the ultimate decision maker. So I do believe that the key will be the White House maintaining and continuing communication with DOGE and Elon Musk, which obviously DOGE is right in the old executive office building, right attached there to the West Wing, and be able to help maneuver what is happening and what they're planning to do with DOGE. Look, they've been very successful in unraveling the wasteful spending, which Mike talked about, which, remember, President Joe Biden and his administration allowed for it. When you're talking about that,
it's just another lie. Not only could she not, I would love so dearly to press this woman. Not only could you not name one of those things with a source, because I guarantee I could debunk any fucking thing she comes up with that Elon Musk and DOGE has uncovered. Such fucking bullshit. Again, these are the same people crying about government spending. Donald Trump signed more debt-related spending into law than Joe Biden, both non-COVID relief and COVID relief. Again, like, what are we talking about here? Oh, just do common sense things like Trump wants to cut government spending. But everything in actual fucking reality suggests differently. It's just people think that because Musk, who owns Twitter, lies about it. Because people like this get on TV and say, well, Biden spent so much money. It doesn't live in reality. And so if fucking Democrats keep giving this, oh, well, we just need to become a more common sense party. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, go ahead. If the Democrats went to the White House right now and were like, we're going to cut government spending the exact same way like this, it'd get destroyed. Every poll would have it at fucking 25%. Because we're losing the media game. Why are we moving the media game? Because these fuckers they lie every single time they breathe. It's the entire game. The whole game is flood the zone. Stephen Miller, Steve Bannon. The whole game has always been, we're going to flood the media with so much garbage they cannot keep up. And while they're all focused on that, we'll win. And they were right. Steve Bannon said it out loud. So again, like, when we go back to what Ro Khanna said, like, it just doesn't live in reality. Oh, if Democrats would just get in office and focus on things that matter, like cutting government spending, they could do the identical thing, the identical way that's happening right now, and not a single American. It would be the lowest approval ratings. It would be 35%. Fox would be going on about it all day. Like, it's just, I just don't agree, man. It's frustrating.
FEMA spent $59 million to house illegal aliens in luxury hotels in New York. That's bad. When you're talking about millions of dollars that were being sent to Guatemala for sex changes and for LGBTQ programs, I mean,
Guarantee I can debunk that right now. Fact check. I can spell. Okay, so this is the press secretary on Tuesday. $1.5 million for DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for production of DEI musical in Ireland, $50,000 for transgender opera. I just clicked on the first link I saw, so we'll fact check my fact check, but this is exaggerated. Levitt's descriptions of the awards were largely inaccurate for 5 of the 8 examples she listed. But she, I want to find the exact Columbia thing. Is this? I feel like this was like just posted on X today. Hold on. So fucking dumb, dude. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Source on political. Yo, W. Casper, I saw what you said earlier. Very, very well said. Nova, no worries. I appreciate you being here. Let's just see if this was. I guarantee it's going to be here from like today. Watch this. And look how just often this guy fucking tweets. It's so like, oh my god. Blah 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 blah. What is this? Actually, let's just go to the Doge official fucking page, right? There you go. Wait, what's that? The 10th? 55 minutes ago. Here you go. This might be what she's referring to. So again, like, is there a source for this? Yeah, we just take this at face value. Is there a source for that? Like, again, this is part of the White House's issue too with this stuff is like, fucking, she just says this shit, but like multiple of the things they've mentioned, like there's no, like, how do we have evidence for this? Like, it's just such a lie. It's such a fucking lie. It's such a lie. Like, there's just, I don't know where to fucking find a source for so much of this stuff. I mean, again, we have like some of the fucking previous stuff that we've heard from, some fact checks on previous things they've mentioned. So let's see. This is factcheck.org. I like factcheck.org. Here we go. Criminal, blah, 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 blah. I don't know where this crap. Okay. Later that day, she said $1.5 million for DEI Serbia workplaces, 70,000 for production of music in Ireland, DEI. I mean, these people are so fucking gross. 32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. But some of those projects weren't described accurately. Really? And only the first project was funded by USAID. Nice. The rest were funded by the State Department, so she's just not even referencing the funding correctly. But that's, she actually has no idea. She's just lying. Each of the projects highlighted represents a relatively small amount of money. Again, we're talking about 2/10 of our federal budget. So these people are like, I want to know where my taxpayer dollars are going. I have no idea what's going on. Serbian DEI project, an LGBTQ plus advocacy organization in Serbia. Which measures fairly poorly compared with the rest of European countries, according to data, hosted a 3-year program aimed at improving the inclusion of LGBTQ plus people in the workplaces. From February 2023 to 2024, USAID committed to spending about $1.5 million in 3 roughly $500,000 installments to support the program. At a press conference in 2023, mission director for USAID in Serbia said, at USAID, we know the inclusive development is important for driving economic growth and also for creating a healthier democracy. Okay. A DEI musical. The State Department committed to providing $70,000 in 2022 to an Irish organization, which is part of the Irish South Wind Blows production company that wasn't for a musical, but a musical event. The company's musical component, called Other Voices, put together a program called Other Voices, Dignities Toward a More Equitable Future for the U.S. Embassy in Dublin. The announcement for the event said it will showcase the very best of American and Irish talent with a diverse program which aims to fulfill the U.S. Embassy Dublin's mission to promote diversity, inclusion, and equity. It was live streamed on YouTube. USAID isn't listed as providing any money for the event. So, what are we talking about here? The State Department gave $70,000 for a musical, a show for the U.S. Embassy in Dublin. What, like, what is, I don't understand what, again, obviously, like, this is completely different than what fucking Levitt referenced, but, like, the event said we'll showcase, like, okay, sounds like the State Department's giving money for events to do, to collaborate between the U.S. Embassy in Dublin, U.S. officials, and Irish officials. Yeah, sounds pretty normal to me, actually. Like, if this was rewritten as $70,000 for the U.S. Embassy and the U.S. Embassy in Ireland and U.S. officials and Irish officials to, like, I don't know, have like a gala of sorts, where, like, there's some music, some food, we get together to celebrate the fact that we're allies. I don't think anyone would blink an eye. They'd be like, yeah, that's reasonable. We all know how, like, celebrating these things, it helps, promote it, but it also, helps, us get along. I don't really, like, what are we talking about here, dude? The university in Bogota, Colombia put on a performance of The Opera as One, written in the U.S., features, it features wait, so you're telling me that the U.S. government gave a grant through the U.S. Embassy the U.S. Embassy in Colombia gave a grant to a university, and they used it to put on a performance with their opera, which sounds like the whole point of the grant, $25,000, and it featured a, quote, transgender protagonist. What the fuck? Isn't the whole point of the U.S. Embassy in Colombia giving grants to promote education so we can do... Oh my God, man, these people are so sick. And again, all this conversation, all this niche bullshit, USAID as a whole, 0.2% of our federal budget. Now, obviously, most of these weren't even USAID. They were the State Department. But again, what are we talking about here? $50,000? Dude, the U.S. government lights $50,000 on fire every day. It sounds completely fine, dude. These people are so unreasonable. They're just not living in reality.
It was such an obsession with the diversity, equity, and inclusion, and millions of dollars being sent abroad, not pushing forward what you would say is America exceptionalism. No, it is pushing forward the woke agenda into these other countries, many of them that rejected this and didn't want it. And guess who was paying for it? Guess who was footing the bill? The American taxpayer. And that's why I think so many Americans have been fed up with how this bloated, slow-moving bureaucracy has functioned for so long that it is time to shake it up. It is time to go in, investigate, show transparency, accountability that we have not seen in quite some time.
Hang on for just a second. Before we move on, can I jump? Hold on. Before we move on, can I jump in for a second? Because yes, there's
Mike,
a ton of
you've
ways
talked so much, I don't even know. Go. Yes.
Well, I think we've had about equal time, Mercedes, but we could tally it up later. But look, there's a ton of wasteful government spending, but what I'm a little bit sick and tired of is Republicans who are just making shit up about what the government's spending money on. Like, how many times have I heard Elon Musk and Donald Trump say that the federal government spent $500 million on condoms in Gaza? Like, let's talk about USAID. They took down the publicly available budget for USAID and then just started making shit up. So I'm all for cutting government spending, but it shouldn't be happening behind.
It's there. It's all documented. It's all transparent, and you all hit it.
No, it was transparent until it was taken off of the website, Mercedes. Like, you guys took it down, and then now you're making shit up.
Oh, you think that's your conspiracy theory, really, Mike?
It doesn't exist. He's right. You should press her for a source. She would never be able to find it because it doesn't exist. They just made it up.
One of the reasons why
it's
Kamala Harris and Joe Biden lost.
Okay, let me bring in Sage. Sage.
One of the reasons why Kamala Harris / Joe Biden / the Democrats, the whole movement lost is because of the lack of transparency, Mike, and I think you know that. You couldn't even be honest about the mental acuity of the commander-in-chief. Everybody knows what was going on the entire time. I spoke to the man, interviewed him 3 months after he was inaugurated in 2021, and he couldn't finish his sentences then in the commercial break leading up to it. And this is not a personal attack. It is devastating, and you couldn't even be honest about that. The transparency is everything. One thing I think I learned about Donald Trump over the last few years is since he lost the election in 2020, What did he say on Joe Rogan? He came out and he was honest. He's like, here, yeah, 100%. 100%. That's 4 years ago. If you want to, don't distract. That's my opinion. Let me continue. He went on Joe Rogan and he talked about the fact that he learned a lot, and maybe in that first term he should have taken a little bit more time. And some of his picks weren't the best picks, and was too loyal and did things for too much, for too long, all of the things. He actually admitted it and acknowledged where mistakes had been made and how this time he had another plan if elected. And sure enough, you got to go back to 2015 and 16. The whole reason why he won is because people were
LeBron, my glorious king. Thank you so much for 2 bits. I appreciate you.
sick of the norm, sick of what was coming out of Washington. To bring in somebody with no political experience and elect him as president, did you not listen to that? 4 years, we know what happened in 2020. He comes back because the Democrats did not take advantage of the position they were in and also tried. You lied. You failed. You weren't even honest about the commander-in-chief. And then he was in hiding for the rest of his term after that debacle of a debate on June 27th. I say it's okay. There's no need to fight and go back and forth. Donald Trump said it. You got to own the failings. You got to own the mistakes. How do you improve from now? You can debate till the end of time, but just like the Republicans had to look themselves in the mirror after losing, right? What are you doing? And I'm not asking just you, Mike. What are you as a group doing? Ro mentioned it, to say, why was this such I mean, did you see the map? Did you see all the red on the map? This was a domination.
I think the real problem, I mean, honestly, Sage,
what did we do wrong?
Yeah, the problem, it seems to me, is the Democrats just don't have anybody out there at all right now picking up the baton and saying,
they were shocked by it.
Leave this to me. And if I was a Democrat or just a liberal in America right now, I'm watching Trump supremely confident, surrounded by a lot of smart people, doing things the way he probably wished he could have done it the first time around, without the problem of a pandemic to crush him. If he gets 4 clean years at this, he could go down as one of the all-time great presidents. I wouldn't put it past him at all, including finding peace in the Middle East and Ukraine. So it's a fascinating thing to watch, I have to say. Let me bring in, if I may, Trey, something completely different. But one of the other things I find really so wrong about the Democrat side and liberals in America is they love to say we're the Be Kind Brigade. The trouble with the Republicans is they're nasty, we're nice, and so on. And then they do things like this, which is Chelsea Handler saying this about Melania Trump, the First Lady.
I am your DEI host, Chelsea Handler. It was a huge year for biopics, a complete unknown about Bob Dylan, about Maria Callas, and Honora about Melania Trump.
I mean, she basically called Melania Trump a prostitute. That's what Honora's about. So how do you feel about somebody doing that in public and a crowd of liberals all just roaring with laughter?
Well, as a comedian, I think it should be cool to make jokes. I guess that's how I feel. You said,
is that a funny joke?
Brigade. It's an award show fair. They're out, they're usually, they're
really?
Not like
calling the First
the
Lady a hooker?
brightest.
When did people do that to a Democrat First Lady?
I mean,
Obama.
people have said, okay, this is what I always, as a comedian, I can tell you. So, like,
a ton of horrible stuff about Michelle Obama.
They said the stuff that people said about Michelle Obama and everything over the, but my point is,
on stage in front of an audience,
I can tell you that, no, I know it's true, because as a comedian, I know, and I think most comedians would agree, it's like conservatives, they do tend to be very thin-skinned. They are very easily offended. They don't take jokes very well. You kind of have to walk on eggshells around them because you will offend their delicate sensibilities. That's tough for me because I'm a big free speech guy as a comedian. So I'm not used to this, I mean, I am used to this. Chelsea, she said, she called her a prostitute. Maybe that's not really fair, maybe like gold digger probably would have been better. But I feel like when people say, they don't just say gold digger. Usually there's some other word that comes out. They say gold digging. What is it? I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, whores, right? Yeah, gold digging whores. So, but I don't know where Chelsea got the prostitute thing from. No, that's totally out of line. You guys are? I thought y'all are you can't joke about anything anymore crowd, right?
I got to be honest with you. You can joke about what you like, and my only comparison is, yes, people trolled Michelle Obama and so on. I don't remember any famous comedian doing it on stage, an award show, calling Michelle Obama a prostitute or Hillary Clinton or any other Democrat wife, for that matter, ever. Democrat First Lady. And so I'm afraid it seems to me it seems to me there is a double standard here, because if they had, they'd have been run out of town. And that's the difference.
But your countryman Ricky Gervais very famously went in on the woke Hollywood elite and all that, like countless times to their face.
Hang on.
Everybody loved it.
I'm saying specifically calling the First Lady of the United States a hooker. That's what I'm talking about.
You know, if you're gonna like define it that narrowly, no, I can't find an analogy to that. But people,
there hasn't been one.
But that's okay.
Because it's okay if you're a Democrat. Yeah. If you're a Democrat, it seems to me that's fine. It's fine to do it about a Republican First Lady. My point is, no one has ever done that from the right or left about a Democrat First Lady. There is a double standard about Melania Trump that I find repulsive. And if I was Donald Trump, I'd be repulsed by that as well.
I just think you should be able to joke about anything as a comedian. That's all I'm saying. I think it's ridiculous to draw the line there. These people are in power. You can punch up. You can make fun of a Democrat First Lady if you want to. You can make fun of the Republican one. It's fine. People either laugh or they won't. If she's in front of a Hollywood crowd, they're liberals. They laugh. Whatever. If she does it in front of another crowd, they're not going to. People at home don't have to like it. They could get mad. But, you know, like I said, I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in free speech. You should be able to say these things, you know.
Oh, you can say it, but I can call it out. Let me get a mic. Mike. Yeah. Mike, are you happy that Chelsea Handler called the First Lady a prostitute?
I mean, it's a stupid joke. I didn't think it was particularly funny, but I think, like, you know, Piers, like, you call yourself an anti-woke host. Like, this is an awfully woke conversation, I think.
But it's not, though, is it? I actually don't think it is. I don't think calling First Ladies prostitutes is, A, it's not funny, but B, it's just wrong, isn't it? I mean, I'm not even American and I feel it's wrong.
Listen, I agree with you. I didn't think the joke was particularly funny. I had no idea what a Nora was until I read the briefing for this conversation earlier today. Never heard of the movie. But look, I think conservatives need to lighten up. I think liberals need to lighten up. Like, was it Whitney Cummings on New Year's Eve that did a bunch of like anti-Kamala, anti-Biden jokes and like the left went crazy? Like, let comedians have fun. If you don't like it, turn off the TV.
No, I'm all in favor of that. Right to the point you call First Ladies hookers. I just think it crosses a line. Let me bring in Mercedes. I mean, like Mercedes, is there a line?
I'm a defender of the First Amendment, so I agree with Mike. I agree with Trey. I think, you know, it's a distasteful joke. I absolutely hate it. I do think that for Melania Trump, there has been she's been targeted from even the women's fashion magazines. They won't put her on Vogue.
Vogue never has her on the cover.
She had this incredible photo for her official portrait. The writer of Vogue, who, by the way, is like the worst dresser, made the worst comments about Melania Trump. Look, she's a fashion icon. The woman can walk into a room and, goodness gracious, she is just such an incredible presence. And someone who I know has, you know, it advises the president in a lot of these cases as well. So yeah, distasteful, absolutely. I think that comedian is awful. I've never liked her. I see the women from The View. They are as awful as well, because for them, it's always the personal attacks. It's always like, I
don't know why Piers is going down. Like, why is it so narrow? Like, to one of the guy's points, like, yeah, maybe we can't find like that specific example, but come on, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, Donald Trump Jr. thought it was funny to dress up as Paul Pelosi for Halloween, post a picture of it after he got beaten in the head by a hammer. And you all said, well, it's funny, it's free speech. Whoa. Ella, thank you so much. That's right. That was sick. That's sick. That's how I feel. I appreciate you so much. But again, like, maybe not that exact, very specific example of a stand-up comedian saying exactly that about, but like, again, like, what? Like, then again, I will, regardless of the just pure hypocrisy and garbage of that exact conversation with the people on the right, I will just in general agree with multiple of them. I'm like, yeah, I think both sides could like lighten up a bit, bro. You know, everyone has their own lines, and I have my own lines too, but, you know, jokes are jokes. What are you going to do? We can all lighten up a bit, I guess, right? I don't even know, bro. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know what trips me out about these streams, chat? Like, it's been 2 hours, and it's dark outside, and it was light when we started. And it makes me feel like I've been on stream for like so many hours just because I'm like sitting next to a window and it's like, now it's completely dark outside. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Shy gets dark fast. That's right. Gibbons. I'm just kidding. Gabby, I'm just kidding. It'll get better in the summer. I hope so. Bay, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you a lot. Excuse me. Yeah, but it is kind of cool to like walk in the background though. Watch it get dark. You know, I think Harry might be back. Excuse me. I need to rearrive. Harry might be back in town today. I think he is. So we'll probably play some PlayStation. I think I got my setup actually fixed. So it's pretty nice. I should go. I think I have to walk downstairs to get a package. So if the package is down there. I don't know if the office is still open at this time. Probably not. 6. They're probably home. Allie, what is the new Twitch schedule? It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 5 to 8 Eastern, 4 to 7 Central. For politics. And then other times we do, other stuff. What games would we play? Probably run NCAA and then COD. I was just thinking of, even if Harry's not back, which I don't know if he is, I was just thinking of hopping on and running COD on my own. Because I can also do like the setup easier that way. Like I can actually have the face cam and the audio and use the mic. It's really always just been a problem. The reason I'm streaming from PlayStation about like party chat audio and like all that. But I'd be down to just like sit in front of fucking Twitch and just like play and go like pub sweat on Nuketown because I've been driving like 60 kills a game, sweating my fucking ass off and getting angry because my teammates are trash. Yo, Ella, thank you for the W celebration. I appreciate you a lot. I am kind of sweaty at COD, dude. I have to be honest. Please name me an edit for a song. Hold on. Give me Yeah Glow by Glorilla. Yeah, Glow. Drop the COD account stats. I'll log on right now. Look at my stats. I'll look at my stats. I'm actually curious. I think I'd be pretty like distraught if my KD was like, I don't know what my KD is. Let's find out. Christine's play for it. Oh, that is true, Kayla. I do. Yeah, Glow. Stop. I didn't know you were chill like that. Damn, bro. Didn't know you were chill like that. I try to be. Rhea. This is true. Oh, it's definitely over. It's definitely over 1. I was debating in my head, like, I might be near 2. it just kind of, I think it depends on like how many games I've played that I like gunfight and how like that's gonna like factor in. I say I rarely play a game where my KD is like below 1.5. I feel like most pub matches I play, my KD is like sitting right around 2. I don't know. Let's find out. Bro, is my PlayStation not gonna, what is going on? Oh, it's because, shit, I'm an idiot. Come on, John. Yeah, Glow, Stomper. That's great, and we love that. That's really good. Oh my God, running out of ports here on the computer chat. This is always a great time. Actually, if I do that, it's gonna break OBS. Give me 1 second, John. Yeah. I'll just do this one. Yeah, Glow, stomping. There we go. All right, All right. Let's check my stats real quick. We'll go back to politics for a little bit longer. What are the COD stats, chat? What are they? Let's find out. I don't really have a playlist. I just have like songs. I gotta be honest about it at this point. Politics to COD, back to politics. That's right. It's well said. Like songs is embarrassing? Okay. I'll ban both of you right now. All right, here we go. Barracks. Oh, wait, is it anterior, right? Stats? Combat record? Wow, my KD's 1.27. I really thought it'd be higher than that. That's kind of trash, honestly. I've only played 20 hours. No, this is definitely... it's definitely skewed because of gunfight, dude. Like, look at my last 10. Let's look at my last 10 matches. Some of these I also raged. So, like, here we go. These are all Nuketown. Hardpoint. I went 68 and 35. That's a 1.91. I was, fucking sweating trying to play the objective, and we still lost because my teammates were trash. Okay? Well, Kayla, maybe you could just be quiet. Thanks. Next game, Nuketown Dom. I went 30 and 25. That's pretty trash. Next hardpoint game after that, I went 48 and 12. That's 3.58. I probably wasn't playing the objective as hard. I mean, we also won 250 to 110. Next game, hardpoint, lost 48-33. That's 1.34. Next game, Dom, I went 62 and 28. That's 2.14. Next game, Dom, I went 6 and 12 and rage quit. The very next game. Next game, I went 6 and 6, rage quit. Next game, TDM, I went 34 and 20. And then Nuketown hardpoint, rage quit again, 18 and 20. And then I rage quit the last game, I quit. So it's like, yeah, I guess like 1.34 makes sense. I also think that like when I'm fucking like sweating Nuketown, like I play objectives too much. Like so many of those games, I could have gone like fucking probably like 70 and 5. But I'm like, damn, bro, my team is so trash. Like, how the fuck do I go like 68 and 68 and 22? That game, I was like 60 and 8, and I just started dying over and over again because I was like, I can't believe we're losing this game. No, I should play ranked though. I mean, I used to play a lot of competitive COD like S&D and stuff back in the Infinite Warfare days, game battles. And Harry and I will like play a lot of gunfight, like more competitive gunfight, play CMG or wagers, but not yeah, I am debating later, yep. For sure. But yeah, anyways, we'll go back to politics now. It's time to it's time to abolish the Department of Education. Here's why. No thanks. Appreciate you. Yeah, Glow. Yo, thanks for more of the on-screen celebration now. I appreciate you a lot. I just want to see. So what's going on here? The Gulf of Mexico is now called the Gulf of America on Google Maps in the U.S. Google has just removed Pride Month, Black History Month from the calendar app, and they changed Gulf of Mexico's name to Gulf of America. This is always good, chat. No, this is always really great. I love this so much. This is just fantastic. Any chance Project 2025 soon? No, you're not being annoying. Yes. I appreciate it. Do you just want to just like talk about it as a whole? Go through it? What were you thinking? But yeah, we can definitely make that happen. I know we talked about it. Yeah, we can move to Canada. That'd be fine. Yeah, well. Who did he pardon? Interesting. I don't know enough about this individual, so before my time, I have to do some research. more tariffs were announced today. I haven't looked at the markets today, like, at all. Just like see what SPY's doing. Down 0.2%. No. It's, oh wait, what? Oh, that's after hours. Oops. Up almost 1%. That's a good day on the market. Nasdaq's up 1%. This is about the same thing. Let's see what happens. I wonder if the tariffs were announced after market close. But again, it's been up and down for sure. We're gonna see what happens. Looking forward to bouncing on it crazy style with Harry. Oh, what? What? Looking forward to bouncing on it crazy style with Harry tonight. MAGA couldn't handle the dick we take. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What, bro? What is that? Is that what? Who is this? Are you like a? Are you a Republican who's like trying to be funny? Is that on it? Is that what is that supposed to be? There's a comment. I'm reading a comment. It's like right above. Katham. If that's a Republican like trying to make fun of us, like, dude, I hope you know you spent time thinking about that and typing it out, bro. My goodness. Insane, dude. Yo, I think Tiana, I appreciate you being here. Feel better, please. Kate's been listening to the stream the whole time. I've been fighting for my life against the flu. Oh no. And medically induced haze? Got any tips for getting over the flu faster? Okay, I am so sorry, Kaylin. It's good I appreciate you being here. Oh, just Advil, Tylenol, alternate every 4 hours. Get some rest and hydrate as much as humanly possible. I'd rather be the one who typed it than reading it. Bro. Are you a Republican, bro? Like, is that what I'm gathering? Mostly the effects most of the effects it'll have? Okay, I can set that up. I can do that. God, I love this community. Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, well, we live in a society. But, why does my political preference matter? Well, I think that answers my question. You're just like a very, you're a very interesting individual. Oh, shit. Holy shit. Hold on, chat. Guys, everything's okay, by the way. I promise I'm good. Just give me like 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds, chat. Interesting. Very interesting. Wow. What a time to be alive, chat. Spam that W. Yeah, what a time to be alive. Okay. Yeah, well, I appreciate the on-screen celebration. I appreciate that a lot, seriously. Excuse me. PS5 goes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'll stream COD later, honestly. Why not, right? Trump just said this, by the way. Like literally just now. 5 minutes, or wait, sorry, not 5 minutes ago. 9 minutes ago. 9 minutes ago. Trump says all hell is going to break out if Hamas doesn't release hostages by Saturday at noon. The PS5 has been on the whole time. Are you sure it just wasn't the lighting changing? This has been on the entire. This has been on. I turned it on to look at my stats. It stayed on. It was a ghost. I feel like I'm being gaslit. I feel like I'm being gaslit right now. Someone said I'm in the military and everyone supports Trump. Why is that? I mean, I know, I personally know veterans and people serving in the military who don't support Trump. I think there is people in the military, obviously a lot of people in the military support Trump. I really appreciate their service. I don't know that, I would still argue that there's some information that they maybe are misinformed on, possibly. But I don't know that there's correlation between serving in our military and political affiliation, being correct. You know what I mean? Yo, Christina, thanks for being here. The Army's very split. Well, I know some longtime Navy veterans who are who aren't even really Democrats. They just really dislike Trump. Heard from some people serving really dislike Trump. Navy vet, Kayla says. My pop was a Navy vet, hates Trump. Well, there you go. Trump said he would cut aid to Egypt and Jordan if they don't take the Palestinians he's forcing out of Gaza. What did he say? Oh, Jesus Christ. Donald Trump on Monday, this was 10 minutes ago, urged Israel to cancel its ceasefire deal with Hamas and let all hell break out if Hamas does not return hostages still being held in Gaza by noon on Saturday. Earlier Monday, Hamas started to postpone, accusing Israel breaking the ceasefire deal. As far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I think it's appropriate time. I would say cancel it. All bets are off and let all hell break loose. End quote. I say they ought to be returned 12 o'clock, and if they're not returned, all of them, not in drips or drafts, not 2 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 2. Saturday at 12 o'clock, and after that, I would say all hell's going to break loose. Pressed on what all hell might entail in Gaza, Trump said, you'll find out and they'll find out. Hamas will find out what I mean. Trump expressed skepticism that many hostages remain alive in the release, telling reporters, I think a lot of the hostages are dead. Bro. There's just in this, just zeroing in on this particular quote, there's a lot of people, family members and such, who are waiting for it's people they haven't seen in 15 fucking months that have been hostages. And they just log on to the news and hear that Trump said, well, I think a lot of them are dead. No further comment. Why the fuck does leader of the... Oh my God, dude. He just talks out of his ass and it's so bad. It's so bad, dude. This isn't a fucking tweet. This is not... He speaks in the Oval Office to press like he's the fucking... Like a Twitch stream, dude. Oh my God. Yo, Ella. Thank you so much again for the bits. I appreciate, or the bits. I appreciate you so much. Wait, where's what is Willie? Yo, an anonymous gifter gave out 5 community subs. Holy shit, can I get a million W's in the chat? A million fucking W's in the chat. Whoever the anonymous gifter is, I really, really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, truly. It goes a long way. And I appreciate you being here and being that supportive. I appreciate you. Thank you so, so much. And Ella with some more W's. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was seeing some W's for Willie, but I was trying to figure out where's... Oh, L. Willie. As an Army vet, I can confidently say that the military is nowhere near as MAGA as people think. Yo, W.L. Willie. Thanks for becoming a subscriber today and being here. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for your service. I appreciate you. Truly, I do. I do. It's not something I take for granted. Can I get some W's in the chat for Willie? L. Willie. Some W's and again, thank you for your service. Some W's and Ella, thank you for the bits, and the anonymous gifter for the 5 subs. Seriously, it goes a long way. I can't believe we're at 625 subscribers on Twitch. Insanity. Thank you so much. Trump's Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff was involved in negotiating the ceasefire deal, but since taking office, Trump has suggested he wasn't sure the ceasefire deal would hold. His plan to permanently displace Palestinians from Gaza and for the United States to, quote, own the Strip has injected yet more uncertainty into the process. Oh, my God. Oh my God. The way that they fucking... It is so fucking disgusting how they fucking cover for this guy, dude. Like, look at this fucking shit, man. These fucking people have no spine. Trump saying that he wants to walk in and own Gaza. It'll be the United States to have. When asked if the Palestinians would have a right to return, he says, quote, no, they wouldn't. And then his fucking White House team comes in and fucking cleans up the mess. Marco Rubio, quote, what he very generously has offered is the ability of the United States to go in and help with debris removal, help with munitions removal, help with reconstruction, the rebuilding of homes and things of that nature so people can move back. What a fucking spineless piece of shit, dude. What a fucking spineless piece of shit. Anonymous. What is, Anonymous. Thank you so much for another, an anonymous gifter is giving me 5 subs to the community. Wait, hold on a second. I feel like, let me back up here. Wait a second. Sorry, chat. Trying to figure out my anonymous gifted, anonymous gifted 5. I appreciate you so fucking much. And then anonymous gifts another 5. Massive fucking W's. Massive fucking W's. Holy moly. That's insane. And then he gives another fucking 5. That's 15 subs. Anonymous, thank you so fucking much. Holy shit. I think it's 15 total, dude. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really fucking appreciate you. 10 or 15, regardless. Like, any level of that type of support means like the absolute world. And I know that that's not, that's a lot, dude. I thank you so much, dude. Whoever. Again, like, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really, really, really appreciate that. Truly, truly. Thank you so much. It goes a really, really fucking long way. That's crazy. Holy shit. That's crazy. 634 subs now. You guys are you are crazy. W's. Fucking W's. Ella's going crazy with the 40 bits on the W's on the screen. I appreciate you so much. Another one. Holy shit, Ella. I appreciate you so much. You guys are going crazy. I really appreciate it, dude. I really, really, really appreciate it. I don't say that lightly. 634 subscribers is insane. Literally insane. Thank you. Excuse me. This community is incredible. Like, absolutely incredible. Really quickly, sorry to just switch back to the bad vibes, but just for 1 second. These fuckers have no goddamn spine. No spine, bro. So gross. Whatever, dude. I can't. Not right now, bro. There's 20 minutes left. We can talk about better stuff. Oh my, bro. Anonymous with another 5 gifted. Holy shit. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Whoever the anonymous gifter is, like, truly, Thank you so fucking much from the bottom of my heart. Huge W's. You're insane. That is crazy. Thank you so fucking much. I appreciate you. Huge. That's insane. Like, thank you. And more W's from Ella. For 80 bits for the W's on the screen, guys. I really fucking appreciate that. I know people are going crazy with that W. Make sure Sam sells sub on the emotes. If you just got a subscription in here, you can get the all custom made, the fact check, the hotties for Harris hearts, Biden drawing of Biden and Harris, the Trump tiny hands, That is wild. It's so wild. No, I really appreciate it, Anonymous. Seriously, thank you so much. Like truly. Oops, my page just refreshed. Ella, use the 40 bits on the on-screen celebration on the small hands. I appreciate you. I'm a part of the coolest community, Ivy. Thank you for being here. So whoever the anonymous gifter is, I know you're listening to my voice right now. I love you, and I appreciate you, truly. That's a really long way. 639 subs. Damn, bro. That's crazy. That's insane. That is insane. Abby, good to see you. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa. Who is the most famous ball brother right now? My boy Jello. Whoa. If you know, you know. Most of you are just like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I think it's funny. I'm eating grilled nuggets. I need to eat like 7 more. I got 30. From Chick-fil-A. Jello! That's what I'm saying, Molly. Yo, who's the most famous ball brother right now? My boy Jello! Whoa. Rhea, I appreciate Rhea. I'm just gonna say it like that. It's just comes how I say it. I appreciate you. 30 nuggets? Yeah, it's from Chick-fil-A. It's like 550 calories, like 95 grams of protein. I'm on a cut. Feeling good. I might swerve in this water. Whoa. Yo, W for Haley. Huge W, Haley. I appreciate the democracy bracelet again. I think it's actually sitting right here. I took it off momentarily last night because there's a reason. I maybe got caught on something, but I took it off for a second. It's on my desk. I appreciate you so much, W Sir Haley in the chat. I need to I need to fucking fuck with the wires right there. I think it's under there. Yo, W Cybernerf getting a subscription. I appreciate you. I might swerve in this water. Whoa. I might swerve in this water. Whoa. All right, 20 minutes left here. We can make a TikTok on stream. I wanted to make a TikTok about big balls. So stupid. So fucking stupid. Oh my God. Luka Doncic makes his debut tonight, I believe. I should go throw my whole bank account on. Yo, Anonymous, thank you so much for another 10 gifted. Holy shit, that is like literally insane. Anonymous, whoever the anonymous gifter is, thank you from the bottom of my heart. That is like really fucking kind. Truly, I don't know why you're anonymous, but I appreciate you like a lot. Seriously, thank you. I hope whoever you are, you're doing really well. I appreciate you. Ella's using 80 more bits for the W's emotes on screen, dude. Holy shit. A lot of people in here have subs now. You're insane. Thank you so much. Smoke on me talking in Dutch. Dude, that's almost 650 subscribers. That is insane. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, whoever the anonymous gifter is. I'm very curious now. I have some sneaking suspicions, but interesting. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa. Ella Willie, do you know about the Nancy May stuff? Like what she said at the Ella Willie again. Thank you for being here. What she said at the hearing or on the floor, like super transphobic fucking garbage because she's like hateful on purpose, just like as a complete piece of shit. Heather, good to see you. I don't know exactly how that works, but Ella's been doing it. Other people have been doing it. Pretty sick. Snow gummy. This is his comments here. I'm gonna start playing these. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick while it plays. I'll be able to hear that.
Starting at $149 plus a free behavior change program, deal of the century.
That report, sir, that Hamas was going to stop releasing Israeli hostages, and what was your reaction? I think it's terrible. Look, I looked at the hostages that came in, and they're emaciated. It looked like something out of the 1930s. It's an absolute disgrace. And I think they saw the way the world viewed it, and they're looking for a reason not to send more because they're all. You take a look at that. It looks like it was a concentration camp, which essentially it was. It looks like they came out of the Holocaust, and what a sad thing. One of them was a young man, good-looking guy, a little bit heavier than perhaps he could have been, and now he looks like he's not even recognizable. Not even recognizable.
Is this a ceasefire deal at risk of falling apart?
Look, I can tell you that those people have been badly hurt, both mentally and physically. I'm talking about the young women that came out also previously. And I think one of the reasons they're doing this is because they're probably sending the best. What you see is probably the best because they want to send people that look at least healthy. And that's not healthy. These people have been badly hurt. They've been interviewed by our representatives. They've been interviewed by Israeli representatives, and they're really hurting. They are really hurting, mentally and physically. And I think Hamas is looking at that and saying, well, it's not going to get much better than that because they probably send out their best as a representative, and they've got more to send out, and they probably feel that they can't do that because it's not going to make them look very good.
Is the ceasefire delay that, sir? Should the ceasefire then be off?
Well, I would say this, and I'm going to let that because that's Israel's decision, but as far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I think it's an appropriate time. I would say cancel it and all bets are off and let hell break out. I'd say they ought to be returned by 12 o'clock on Saturday, and if they're not returned, all of them, not in drips and drabs, not 2 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 2. Saturday at 12 o'clock, and after that, I would say all hell is going to break out. And I don't think they're going to do it. I think a lot of them are dead. I think a lot of the hostages are dead. I think it's a great human tragedy what's happened, how people can be that mean to do. I mean, the one guy was laughing when a hostage he thought his family was alive, found out the family was dead, and his captor, so to speak, started laughing because he thought it was so funny. You know, this is a different group of people. No.
No comment, bro. Oh, they did another debate? About Kanye West? Yeah, bro. That dude is fucking evil. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Dude's actually losing his completely fucking mind. His complete fucking mind. Dude's horrible. Horrible human being. Uh-huh. It's absurd. It's tragic, man. It's tragic. Excuse me. It's absurd. It's absurd. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa. Fly, Eagles, fly. That's right. I used to want to be a meteorologist back in the day. I pay a lot of attention to weather. I just don't talk about it. I don't know. I just do it for fun. That's right, Ivy. That's right.
Oh, no. That,
3rd and 9. 4-man rush. Mahomes.
W's. Huge W's. I like Kendrick's performance. God, the Chiefs are so fucking trash, dude. That's right. That's right, Mac. That's right. I'm a big Bengals fan too. Who day? Who day? That's right, Molly. That's right. Cooper Jean's not a safety. He's a corner. I think he's technically. I don't think there's any white corners in the NFL, unless. Yeah, there hasn't been a yo W's. I appreciate the 20 bits. And P, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate you so much. There's been a white corner in the NFL in like 20 years. Shit's a meme. It's really funny. Oh yeah, you don't know ball? Who, me? Dude must be a Chiefs fan. Bears will win in 2026. If the Bears win the Super Bowl in 2026, yeah, that's about as likely as me being in the NBA by 2026. What song? He is a corner? Is he like the first corner in the NFL? Does he start? He must. Gotta be like the first white starting cornerback in the NFL in like the last 20 years. He's a rookie? Oh, there you go. Damn, I didn't actually know. He's 22. Casual Chris fan. Bro, I just don't know shit about the Eagles, bro. Damn. People call me a casual as if I'm not citing like the fact that there's only been like one white corner in the last 20 years in NFL history. That's a pretty fucking niche stat, huh? You guys are fuck you guys. You know, turn this off. Molly's a Bengals fan. She knew. Well, I guess I'm just a fucking loser then. All right? It's so impossible to be a straight white. No, I'm kidding. Actually, no, I didn't know. That's kind of dope, though. No, shout out that guy. Shout out to Cooper DeJean, bro. He's intercepted by DeJean. Riley Moss plays corner for the Broncos for 2 years. Starter too. Ray Fuente. What's that last name? What's that last name right there, bro? What's that last name? Wait, really? This has to be like a first in like a while, dude. I'm hold on a second. Cooper DeJean, with the 40th pick in the second round of the 2024 NFL Draft, they selected Cooper DeJean. Previously, this guy broke the NFL's 18-year run without a white cornerback, which was in 2018. In 2021, he switched from safety to cornerback. Saw a tiny bit of amount of action. So that's the thing. This was broken in 2022. 18 years. Many think this guy was the last to start an NFL game. Well, he played his final in 2002. However, this guy was the last white cornerback to start an NFL game. He started for the Cincinnati Bengals 2001-2003. Yeah, dude. So like Cooper DeJean, obviously, Jesus. Dude was a late second round pick. Why was he starting? No, he's that good, bro. Was your corners or your safeties hurt? Dude played in Iowa, Cooper DeJean. That's fire. Shout out to fucking Cooper DeJean, bro. Dude's fire. Oh my god, that actually makes me sick. That makes me actually sick. His birthday was yesterday. Damn, he had the same birthday as Saquon Barkley. But also, like, that makes me literally ill because I'm like a whole year and a month older than that guy, and look at him. He's getting pick sixes in the Super Bowl, and I'm on Twitch. Man, I should have paid more attention to ball, bro. I should have been on the court. I should have been I've had a helmet on when I was 3 years old. I could have been Cooper DeJean, but I wasn't focused on the game. I gotta shut the fuck up. Cooper is so fine. Chris, this is how I feel about you being younger than me. Say, well, it's a terrible thing. I appreciate you being here. I don't doubt Cooper DeJean, dude. Go Hawks. Yo, shout out Colby. Go Hawks. Love the Hawks. I don't hate Cooper DeJean, bro. Dude's fine. You met him, Lucy? Holy shit. Was he dope? First career touchdown in the Super Bowl on his birthday, and he was drafted he was literally drafted in 2024. That's insane. If you're Cooper DeJean, I'm Jesus Christ. Well, hello, Jesus. He's the best corner right now. Wow. He was really nice. Dude, can I get some W's, Lacey? That's fucking sick. Or Lucy, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Lucy, can I get some W's for Lucy? If Bet, he doesn't know margarine has the same rate as... That's right. He doesn't know that, Madeline. That's right. Very well said. Beautifully said. Beautifully said, Madeline. All right, listen, chat. It's about that time. About 7 now. We're going to call it here. We've gone over most of the news for the day. I hope everybody had a great stream today, Monday. We'll be back. We'll be live probably later tonight / tomorrow, streaming games. But our next technical stream on the schedule is Wednesday from 5 to 8. So I will be here. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for all the support. The anonymous gifter, it was insane. All the people gifting and sending bits. It really means the world. And there's never any pressure. Thank you for the on-screen hearts. I appreciate you so much. There's never any pressure. Or that's the Hotties for Harris, 2 of them. I appreciate you so much. There's never any pressure to donate monetarily. Just you guys being here and me being able to rant about whatever. The things I love really means a lot. Oh, dude, Anonymous drops 10 fucking gifted. 10 gifted. 10 gifted. Absolutely fucking insane. Holy shit. With W's from Ella in the back. Thank you so much. Can I get so many W's for that? Anonymous, whoever the anonymous gifter is, you've gone absolutely crazy. I really appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Thank you everybody for the laughs and the love today. It was a lot of fun. I really fucking appreciate it. Truly. Literally insane, dude. Crazy. Thank you so much. Like, truly, from the bottom of my heart. I can't say thank you enough. Whoever the anonymous gifter is, I really hope you have you're the best. I appreciate you. It's not something I take for granted. And everybody, I hope you have a really great rest of your Monday. Inspirational words. We live in a society. I think that's all I got for the inspirational words today. I'll have to think for some for TikTok. Get some rest. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night. I'm proud of you guys. I appreciate you. Of course, Alejandra, thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Lily, thank you. I'm sorry, excuse me. Princess, thank you so much. Elle, thank you so much for being here. And again, your service. I appreciate you guys so much. Ella, thanks for the Harris. I appreciate you. All right. I love you all. We'll be on Twitch a bit later. We'll be on TikTok a bit later. I'm going to post some videos as well. Thank you so much for all the love. You guys are all so fucking incredible. Be safe. Allie, always a pleasure. And again, a huge thank you to all my mods and the people who make this and the Discord possible. You guys mean the world. All right. We'll talk soon, everybody. Be safe. Mwah.